our intros and stuff like that. So I mean, that's
Okay.
the pure enjoyment of the new intro. You just kind of just start talking and we just kind of go off the top. So
Look at this guy. Listen to a lot of Joe Rogan now, huh?
I've never listened to a Joe Rogan podcast.
What?
No.
No, that's blasphemy.
Is that
I want
odd?
out, bro.
Is that
I'm
odd?
hopping out.
Is it? Are they that good?
I mean, this man is just built different. Let's say that.
How's he like? Explain your piece then, because obviously I'm the weirdo.
Think about like a lot of the clips you see. Look at the stuff he does, man. It's like a live stream, like a legitimate like live stream. Like he just takes it to another level. Like it's like Howard Stern level. Like you would have never known what was going on behind the scenes unless if you're at the studio. Howard Stern was having girls sitting on like literal sex toys in the middle of a live studio audience. I'm just saying, like that's what I'm saying, bro. Joe Rogan had smoked weed with Elon Musk. Did you smoke weed with Elon Musk?
No, not yet.
No. Will I ever? I don't know.
Shit. I mean, if they see this pod and they want to come on, I'm gonna just stop my case there. Don't do weed, people, unless you're allowed. I mean, shit. I'm guessing Sav is allowed to, and technically in Farmtown, Ohio.
I live in California.
Yeah, in Farmtown, Ohio. I don't know if we're supposed to be doing that, so don't even quote me on that. But fucking like, I know they gave him the bag. Spotify definitely gave him the bag, so I'm kind of like, now I'm concerned. Like, it's got to be that good if they threw him like, what was the contract? Wasn't it like millions, like 5 million for however long? It could have been longer. It might have been 50. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Let me look it up. It's the deal. It was $100 million deal. That's fucking wild. I know he does it every day. So like, I mean, I guess
he's the highest earning podcaster since 2019. $4.8 billion. Net worth is.
Just off straight podcast. What is it like? He's the UFC guy, right?
Yeah, he came from the UFC.
Right. Because like I've seen like little clips of him and shit like that. I saw Kanye on there the one time and whatever else.
No, he's more like a comedian than anything else. But it's just crazy, dude. Like the guy, I feel like he changed the game. Like he brought back podcasts in many ways. Like somebody's at least once said something about a Joe Rogan podcast. I don't know, man. That guy's built different. I'd love to meet him and pick his brain. Like I don't even want to fanboy. I just want to be like, hey man, how'd you do it? You know, like what got you there? That's some.
He definitely like. The thing is, like with that, it's kind of like how Ninja like opened the world to like streamers being full time and streamers being able to do their thing like full time and make a career out of just gaming and streaming. Like he's doing it for podcasts. He's literally showing people out there like, yo, like if you start a podcast that's that good enough and you keep working, like you can make $100 million like me and just have random guests on. Like, and he probably does. He could probably just ask anybody. They'll just come on because he probably has guests all the time and whatever else. But
he does. Yeah, celebrities up the wazoo, man. Kind of crazy.
Oh shit! But
they'd be like, "Hey, Nicktana, let me get on your podcast."
One
That's
day,
how they'd be with Joe Rogan.
One day,
you're the next Joe Rogan.
Who? If I don't know. Like I'm thinking about that now. If I could pick one famous person to be on the pod. Like actually, like
I feel like you'd want an athlete. I feel like you'd want an athlete, Chad Ochocinco or something.
I don't know about Ochocinco. I feel like I would want an NFL player, but I feel like I'd want like a streamer too. Like I always talk about how my idol like is the
Kurt, Ben Kurt.
Kurt, I'd have Kurt on the show, obviously. But
you should hit him up.
I should hit him up. You think I should just DM him? He'll just be like,
"Come
through."
Is when you start shooting, bro. Hit your Steph Currys, man. You got to go from the 3-point line.
That's my guy. That is he's the biggest like gaming / NFL athlete I know. Like he's like actually good at video games too. Like he'll shit on kids in Madden, and he also plays Halo and other games too.
Yeah. I fuck with dude, man.
You ever you've seen him obviously on Twitter and stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's cool, dude.
A lot of the time it's from when you retweet.
Yeah, I usually just call him my dad
him.
and shit. I just call him my dad. I'll be like, "You're my dad." I've DM'd him a few times, just like because like he's actually decent at Madden, and like they were doing Madden tournaments with you know who Derwin James is?
Yeah.
For the Chargers. Well, like he was like the boss. Like EA Madden would have like I forgot what it was called. It was like some sort of tournament structure where it would be like
They
NFL
match up a celebrity or something with like a celebrity player, like, or some shit.
Yeah, so
Is it like how
like
they did the Fortnite thing? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, kind of. So like I know Derwin James played Quavo. I know he played Snoop Dogg. I know he played some of the rookies in the NFL. Like it was wild, and like I remember just DMing him. I'm like, you got to take part in this. Like someone's got to take this dude down. Like I'm like, you're the only like NFL player that I know that's actually decent at the game. Like people say they play Madden, like especially like NFL players, but like I still feel like they don't know Madden. Like you got to like understand mechanics and stuff. People will like treat that thing as like real life. Like,
Or start button mashing and not know what they're doing at all.
yeah. Like, oh, I play Madden, I'm decent, and it's just like playing a casual. Like Derwin James could be at like a competitive level and win like tiers in like weekend league and shit like that.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was like, Kurt, you gotta
Never
get on
actually
this.
got to see that. I'm actually like actually interested. I'm like, shit.
No, it's really cool because like you never thought you would see like Quavo. Quavo was getting heated too. I wish I could pull up the clip. Like Quavo was getting so fucking mad too, like getting butthurt because he was losing by like 21, and they would like give him like if Derwin was up by so much, they would give him like handicaps and shit like that, and he didn't want no handicaps, and he was getting mad and stuff, and he was cussing and like on Twitch and shit like that. It was actually fucking, it was funny. Like dude's getting heated over mad, and I'm like, it's what you signed up for. Like you getting your ass. Well, and then he's like, then they got like real serious where they're like, run it back. Like I want to run it back. Like we can run it back after all this shit. Like talking smack like on the stream. He's like, okay, we can. As soon as we get done, we can play for the bread. Like, but yeah, guys, that was our intro to the Tana's Eye View episode 8. We got my boy LuvLockDwn here with us, man. This has been one of my good friends since I've been streaming, and before like I even had big dreams of doing a pod or getting this far in my Twitch career, man. Me and Sav, we've been doing this for a long time, been a long friend. We've been in anime chats with each other, like just knowing each other before like this whole streaming shit even was a thing. And well, I'll just let him introduce himself. So go ahead. I want a good introduction from you. Tell people who you are, where to find you, about yourself. Go ahead.
I'll hit y'all with how I usually do it. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy LuvLockDwn for the Neighborhood Bean.
Yes,
I play Apex on Twitch Tuesday through Saturdays, 11 p.m. through 3 a.m. usually Pacific Standard Time. You can find me everywhere else under LuvLockDwn as well. Literally any social media you could think of, I'll be on there. From Twitter to Instagram, TikTok, all that. So trust.
I like it. I love your intro. Like even it's the same thing every time, and it goes so smooth, and like you just have everything down to a T, bro. Like I just appreciate every time I stop by, bro. Like every time your intro is just to a point, it's to a T, it's lit, it's nice, and it's like it's like it's like a good routine, but it's always different. You never know what you're gonna get, but like you know what to expect, I guess. Like, and that's just like
very true.
It's dope.
Like sometimes you'll hear me switch it up, but it kind of depends on context. Like there's times where I'm maybe getting, no good games in Apex. I'll bring it up, like, hey, I'm getting rolled. I'm from the Neighborhood Being. I get rolled in Apex Tuesday through Saturday or something. It's like just things like that, man. You got to spice it up sometimes.
Listeners, he ain't lying. This dude does get rolled in Apex, though. I'm not gonna hold you. Actually, like, I don't know, bro. Like, you don't be getting rolled. I just think you just have shitty luck. Like, I feel like your audio never works in certain situations, because I see you just like not even trying to shit. Like sometimes you'll just be like in a situation where you just act brain dead and you don't fight back. But it's like I know you just don't do that. Like, I know that
Yeah, it
sounds
looks like I
fried.
am, but I'm
Yeah,
just getting pummeled.
yeah, because it's just like, okay, well, then you're fighting this team for a really long time, and then you just get third partied, and it's just
And
like,
then this dude's over there tap strafing. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, Charlie? Like, stop tap strafing, man.
looks like we're gonna get into
Good
that
riddance,
first,
tap
huh?
strafing.
We're gonna get into that
Oh
first,
yeah, we
huh?
might as well. All right, let me tell y'all something.
He's
real quick.
hot, chat. Hold on. The introduction is
I'ma
over.
sit up.
Actually, wait, hold on. Let me introduce myself real quick. We get too hot. I like the energy, but like shit, I was about to let you go off. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me spit what I gotta
This
say.
is my show.
There's not that much I want to shout out. You guys already know who I am. It's YouLoveNicktana. You guys can call me NicktTana. All my socials are the same. Check me out on all my socials at YouLoveNicktana. First thing before we do really get into anything, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who watched episode 7. Episode 7 really blew up. We're at 100 downloads right now, and it's been only 2 weeks. Everybody that's been listening to the pod, all my friends have been tweeting at me on Twitter. We've been going through Switzerland, Netherlands, Canada, like we going like worldwide. I just want to say, like, I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me, enjoying the pod, really participating in everything. And a big shout out to Andrew for being there last week for me and really like helping me really having a co-person there really helped me like talk and like really made everything interesting and just like switched it up a lot. He really showed me how I could expand and make this not just my eye view, but my eye view with my friends. Therefore, is why I brought Sav on too, because if you guys enjoyed it with my friends, then I definitely want to have them have a part of it and all that stuff. But again, thank you guys for everything, man. The support's been crazy. Everybody's saying they enjoy everything, getting texts and stuff like that. Trust me, it never goes unnoticed. And I appreciate all the love. It's something that I wanted to try, and obviously it's working. So it's much love to you guys. And yeah, I'm gonna start rambling. I'm gonna stop rambling. I don't want to start rambling, but I'm gonna let my boy Sav, because he was hot and he's rubbing his hands together and he's ready to heat back up because he's ready to talk about this topic. Because I feel like we could debate about this, because like obviously I'm a PC player, but he's a controller player. So like we're gonna see what he has to say about tap strafing. I'm gonna let him jump right into it. Why don't you tell the people what tap strafing is for people who don't play Apex or don't know?
So to sum up tap strafing, essentially when you're running in the game, there's only 2 movement tactics most people are most familiar with and instinctively will do. That's a slide and a slide jump, or bunny hop, they call it. So when you come into what tap strafing is, it's combining the two, but at a rapid rate. It causes the player to do a complete either 360 or 180 in place while jumping and propels you to a higher level. Like it makes you lift off the ground without doing anything else. And it makes 0 sense. If you are any of those legends, no matter who you are, you could be Octane himself, the actual Octane. There's no way your body could physically do that ever. And it's the worst thing about it is it's not a button input for both sides. If you're on a controller, you can't do it. I can do it because I've forced myself to learn how. There is a way to do it, and there's tutorials if you guys really want to practice it. It's very situational, and in controller, it's a lot easier on the jump pad with an Octane jump pad. You can do it better on PC with an Octane jump pad too, but it just puts the player at a very high advantage when you can do it, because a lot of people do the input as their scroll wheel up and scroll wheel down.
Mm-hmm.
They do, it's AD, so like you pretty much press forward on W, you press your A button on the keyboard, and you flick up and down really quick. You just did a tap strafe. Like that's how easy it is. And it's like dudes will manipulate that, stay alive for 10 minutes. I had a clip with NicktTana on his stream the other day. A guy was running from me and hit 5 tap strafes in a row. I'm like, man, you're gonna die anyway. I don't know, man. I personally never thought it was a good mechanic. It's not equal advantage for both sides. So Respawn took notice of it. They said what I said, and I'm like, hey, it's their game. Y'all always want to complain about something. I'm like, at least complain about how your aim sucks. I don't know.
Right. Like, okay, so like I totally agree. Like, okay, so if you physically watch like somebody like Timmy play, like Timmy's obviously an elite pro player, probably 0.001, 0.002%.
My opinion, best Apex player.
He possibly could be the best. Like, I don't even know. Is he even signed to a roster? Is he on a team or anything?
He's on NRG.
NRG? Okay, that makes sense. Like, they're goated in their own way.
He plays a lot of pros. He did just recently bronze to pred grind in one stream of 50-something plus hours.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, if you guys want to see how to play Apex at the highest level, watch that guy.
That's
several others that I look up to, but he's huge. That guy's crazy good.
I watched him. I watched that stream a little bit, and I watched someone make a montage. It was called like the movie. And like obviously it's kind of like smurfing, because like he was in bronze and he was dropping like 20 kills, 25 kills, like 5k. Yeah, imagine like just being in a bronze lobby and he's just like
against Apex TOS to do that.
It is.
And Apex was there and gifted him like 100 subs during that. So I'm like, in a way, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You're telling all your casuals not to do a Smurf account, but you're going to let your top-grossing Apex player do a Smurf account, ruin however many people's days because they're expecting to get their actual rank. But next thing you know, it's actually Timmy just tap strafing away.
Yeah, that's the thing, too, is like, bro, you have this dude in the 0.001%, and then you have your devs or whoever going over there and saying, like, yo, this is cool. This is dope. Like, he's over there like, no, it's not. Like, to the average Timmy, not the elite Timmy, like this kid that just got off of school is ready to hop on some Apex Legend, and here comes Timmy just like smacking him around. But like, I watched him. Like, if you looked up what tap strafing is, you're gonna see Timmy's clip. That's the thing about it. A lot of this is performed by like the highest end of like mouse and keyboard players.
It's a mechanic they all have to know.
Right.
If you're a pro and you don't know how to tap strafe or wall bounce or do these things on the fly, you're more than likely not that good, and a team will not pick you up. They won't want to play with you just based off your movement. Whenever pros are thinking about Apex, there's three things involved. It's gunplay, movement, and the positioning. That's the only thing pros ever think about. They don't care about the loot. They could shoot with anything. They don't care about the shields. They don't care about anything else other than those three factors. And now one of those factors is getting doled down a lot. It's going to be a lot of boots on the ground again, more, situational, like, okay, how do I get out of this without a tap strafe? They might even still, it's so etched in their brain that they might forget that it's not a mechanic anymore and keep doing it and put themselves in even worse positions. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's definitely going to be a step back for everybody, just because like if you can't do it and you can't force your way onto second levels and sharp turns and really getting away from fights, you might die in those situations. Like Timmy's might, where he gets out with a slither of health, that tap strafe could be the reason that he got out with that slither of health. So like, and most of the time it was off an Octane pad anyway. So like if people are running Octane, I feel like that was like the thing, is like if you get off it. But like, I could see definitely how it was broken compared to the average. Well, just compared to like anybody. But like just in any game, I feel like every game has their it's like a pro level move. Like, I mean, it was in the game for a reason, but it is kind of unfair that both sides can't do it. The one thing I will say is like, do not bring aim assist into this conversation, bro. Like you can't do that. Like, I hate the whole keyboard, like mouse and keyboard, like controller arguments. 'Cause it's like, yes, obviously they both have their pros and cons. Like, I mean, it's not like, I feel like both of them are at a disadvantage. Like, obviously, you could sit there all day and say pros, cons, like, oh, I only have 60 frames per second. Okay, well, you could get a computer and then you could play on controller and you could have 144. It's like, oh, well, you could aim better with a mouse and keyboard. Okay, well, then why don't you just get a mouse and keyboard? Like, those arguments are always iffy to me. Like, I don't really like those conversations. So, like,
both
I don't
have skill, though, in
their own ways. Yeah. No, like, definitely. I feel like, personally, from my experience, I like doing first-person shooters with a mouse and keyboard, just because like I can make my sensitivity a little bit higher, I can turn a little bit quicker, I feel like it's a lot smoother for me to aim. But that's just me. You feel like you're better with a controller, and it's like you don't even really care about the aim assist. I feel like you could get on a computer, play with the 144 frames, and then probably still pop off like that way too. I don't like how like people were bringing in the conversation like, oh, controller players have aim assist. Like, it's like, what does this have to do with anything? Like you're
With tap
literally,
strafing.
yeah, you're literally floating in the air doing 180s, like rounding around sharp corners and shit. Like it's
I saw
oddball,
the
man.
pros, man. They were on each other the other day, going in about aim assist, saying, "Oh, if they're gonna remove tap strafing, they should remove aim assist." I'm like, huh? I'm like, the multipliers on aim assist. Let me just tell you all this right now, listeners. When it comes down to console aim assist versus PC aim assist, the multiplier is reduced by 0.5. Whenever you're on aim assist, it means that your aim and the general hitbox of the character will move on its own to correct your I guess to say your miss aim. So let's say your guy is right here in front of you, your ADS down your sight. Next thing you know, you're off by like 2 inches to his left. The game will automatically push you over as you start shooting and gravitate towards that character. That's aim assist, and it is obvious when you use aim assist. What I like to do is I play without aim assist when I'm doing bad because it forces me to overcorrect and force my shots myself. Um, what I play on is PC aim assist, even on console. It's a 1.1 multiplier. So that little gravitation you get from aiming at somebody, it takes a lot longer. And it forces you to actually have to center yourself more. So that's why when I play on PC lobbies, I'm able to hold up. And I feel like that's what a lot of console players lack, is the ability to keep up with PC players. And that's why it's always a huge debate, because people always want to bring in, oh, you have your whole arm. But at the same time, yeah, you only have your thumbs and your fingertips to, put button inputs. But at the same time, it's all the same thing, just condensed or spread apart. It's like you can do whatever console guys are doing. You can do whatever PC guys are doing.
Right.
It's just like the aim assist thing. It doesn't make any sense. People still miss shots with aim assist. It's not like it just takes full control and you're an autopilot beaming everybody, dropping 20 bombs like it's nothing. I would have had a 20 bomb every day of this week if that were the case. I'm just saying.
Right. Like if aim assist was that obvious, like these console kids would be dropping like 10, 15 kills like it's nothing, just running into random fights and just like but like not, it's just like that, it doesn't even defeat the point that it's just like, I think what Apex is doing is they are trying to like, they're just trying to make it a lot more usable to everybody. So like if only mouse and keyboard players can do it and console players, they don't like that, because I feel like I feel like the Apex community, like, to be honest, I feel like it's a lot more casual than it is ranked. Like I feel like on our side of Twitch, we do see a lot of the ranks, the sweats, grinding and stuff like that, but like I feel like a lot of people just usually run pubs, or like they're like in that gold or below, so like they're kind of pertaining to them. But it's also like, it's just really broken, especially if you're Octane Pathfinder. Like imagine being able to strafe with Pathfinder, then grapple away, or just like Octane and just kind of tap strafe into a building, use your stem, run away, and then just like get your bounce pad back in like 10 seconds and just get away from a fight. Like it's obvious, it's insane. Like if you do it right, it's obviously a really, really, really powerful mechanic. But I also want to say that I feel like a lot of players don't know how to do that. Like I feel like a lot, like so like even though I'm mouse and keyboard, I would say like, I don't know, I'm just throwing a rock in the water, right? Just skipping it, whatever. Like I feel like I could be a gold player, silver, gold, whatever the case can be. Like I still really don't know I don't know how to tap strafe. I feel like that's when you get into diamond, plats, predators. They're doing it all the time, but I feel like the
2% of players usually is where those kind of mechanics lie at. Like that's why you see me like crouch spam and stuff. Like that's a mechanic that most players above like always do. You have to always do it, because if you're not doing it, you're probably going to lose the fight.
I've noticed that too, is if you crouch and kind of move around, and then you'll just freak them out and stuff like that. But like it's to that point to where like I feel like only the elite of the elite know it. So like the only people that's really kind of affecting is top ranked players. Like I feel like a lot of these kids that are complaining, I feel like they really don't know how to tap strafe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's just debating just to debate. Like, I mean, like, the only reason I'm putting my 2 cents in is because obviously, like, even though I don't know what tap strafing is, like, I obviously play the game, and it's in my lot. Like, I see it physically what happens, and I like, I'm not gonna sit there and defend it and be like, oh, they're trying to get rid of fun. It's like, bro, like, do you know how to do that effectively? Like, I really don't. I mean,
can you
like,
do it every time?
Yeah, can you do it every time? Are you just saying you're tap strafing, or are you really doing it? Like, I don't. Hell if I know, man. I just play marbles on stream, bro. I guess I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I see it, and I see everybody complaining, saying they're tending to like controller players, and that's. Come on, y'all. Like, let's be.
I hate that, man.
Let's be serious here, y'all. Like, I want y'all to, like, we got to use like our IRL game sense here, okay? Like, nobody is like tending to any side of like console or PC, right? It's just obviously a broken mechanic that they don't want in the game due to like certain heroes, like certain legends. Sorry, heroes. I'm thinking of Overwatch. Legends that like obviously can like do way more with it than like other legends, and just like if a console player is in that lobby, then he's just gonna get completely pooped on. So
I have been pooped on. One thing for sure is that, you know, the whole segregation between, you know, a casual, a pro, or just a sweaty grinder, you know, that's literally all you find in Apex. There's 3 demographics. You know, it's the casual guy that gets, you know, an hour or 2 to himself. His kids are asleep. His wife's begging him to come lay down with him, and he's like, hey man, I want to play Apex with the boys. You know, he got like 1 hour. Nicktana's raising his hand right now. He loves it. He's like, man, that sounds like me right here,
bro.
Those heart stuck silver kids, man, they just they live in life. And then you got people like me. I consider myself a sweat. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm pretty sweaty. If some people were to try and play me, I think there's maybe a handful of people that could beat me. And I'm like, I know them personally. It's like most of the time you're going to catch me ego challenging people. You're going to catch me going for squad wipes. You're going to catch me pushing the whole fight of like, I don't know, 3-4 teams by myself because I'm trying to be Rambo, you know? It's like, that's a sweaty mentality. And I know plenty of people that are grinders that would consider them sweaty. You know, they go for kill grinds. They go for thousands and thousands of kills to be on the leaderboard of, you know, Apex. And then you got the pro players. Those guys, I feel like, are affected by all these changes. Because those guys are getting paid for this, you know, that's messing with their money at this point. You're messing with somebody's livelihood. And then you got like situations like ranked where there's hackers amok, you know, like that's what gets me. It's like even in console, it happens even worse. It's so easy to DDoS a console lobby compared to a PC lobby. It takes like 1 person and your whole lobby's done for. I have personally killed 3 DDoSers in my entire time of playing ranked just last season. Been DDoSed at least 20 of those matches. So at the same time, it's just not fun. I don't play ranked anymore. I mean, this season I made it to plat, and now I'm in gold 2 or 3, and I could really care less because, in all honesty, in my opinion, ranked is a social status. Unless you're getting paid, it's a social status. You'll see these dudes posting their badges and all this stuff on Instagram, left, right. I'm like, cool, good for you. You know, it's like, what's going on in the real world, my guy? At that point, you know, it's like, I'm cool with where I'm at. You know, it's like, I have kids that'll be first time chatters in my chat. Oh, what's your stats? I'm like, hey, nice to meet you too, man. You know, it's like, first time chatter badge, but I'll show you my stats, bro. You want to see them? Go ahead, get your gratification. Feel like you're better than the streamer, man. Go ahead. I'm like, because at the end of the day, I don't care. You know, it's like there's people that live for that.
Bro, how do you have 20 viewers, but I get more kills than you in Apex? That's so weird, right? Like,
that's
I do
really
this,
how
I
it comes
stream.
That's how
like,
it comes
what do you
off.
like? I totally agree with you to that point too, because like guys, like anybody that's listening that's a big Apex fanatic, you know, like I play the game pure enjoyment. I stream it sometimes, whatever. I'm not a rank grinder. When I play, I'm strictly trying to get clips and just show people that Loba is actually usable. Which kind of pisses people off because like I'll sometimes go into ranked and I've had people sigh over Loba, and it's like she's not that bad of a come on y'all, she's not that bad of a legend. Like I feel that if you don't like looting, like I get it, but like the best Lobas, all you got to do is just like as soon as you get your black market, just throw that bitch down, learn how to get out of fights and push whenever, and I think she's good. But beyond all that, like I'm not, obviously not the biggest fan of ranked, just because like Sav said, you could beat diamond, plat, but it's like when it comes to a point to where like I feel like a lot of ranked FPSs are like this, where you're just kind of like waiting for something to happen. I don't know if that's just me being impatient. I just never liked those type of games to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna hop into ranked, and the only way I could make progress is if I like wait around. Oh, I got a third party this like at this moment, or like oh, another team. Like at that point, it just becomes a clusterfuck. Like even with Fortnite, I remember when Fortnite had like ranked tournaments and they had those like balls with the those balls paused, like with the grapples, and like people were just in those all the time, and I'm like, dude, what is this game anymore? Like
they just swing around a tree for 10 minutes.
Yeah, wait for the perfect opportunity for someone to crack someone's ball, pause, like
just hop out.
Like it's the same thing with Apex. Like, what's the point of me dropping in this location? Like, yeah, you get your first 3v3, you win, cool. But then it's like after that, now where it's like, okay, we're waiting. We're in this rat spot. We're waiting. Oh, we got enough RP, we can go fight. And it's like, what's the point, man? Like, if you're gonna sit there and just say that you're in diamond from sitting around, and like I'm just cool on that. Like, I'd rather just like, I mean, like my pride is like I'll be hard stuck silver, but I'll make sure that I'll get in every single fight that I possibly can. So for what?
My Google's set to turn off the light at like 5:45.
I looked over and I was like, yo, where's this dude's lights?
I went incognito mode, man.
I thought your mom just like shut off the lights or some shit. I was like, oh my god. Is she sleeping?
Fucking hilarious.
Go to bed.
Nah, that's crazy. No, man, but in all honesty, dude, like that whole case you got about ranked, you're not wrong. I mean, when it comes down to the higher elos, I feel like especially in Apex, to keep it on that line, you know, there's situations where you're in gold, for example, and there's people that are previous preds or masters that play like that, and you're forced to play like that because it's who can make the mistake first, who can you catch off guard first, who can you take advantage of first. What 1v3 can you take on before you take on the 2v3, and then it becomes a 1v3, and then it's, you know, situations like that. That's what people think in higher elo, like especially plat and higher. In every case, like plat 3 and higher, that's where I feel like people take it seriously. There's people that will just make it to plat 4 and they cool. Like I said, it's a social status thing. They cool with that. For me, I feel like where I feel comfortable is diamond, because I'm like, that shows you guys that I'm in the top 2.5%. You know, that puts me at a certain rank in mentality, right? So at the same time, it's like when you have people that play ranked, that's all that's going to matter is that placement. So that's why people play like that. That's why people play so meta based, where they only use certain weapons that are either overpowered or easy to do a lot of damage quickly. That's why the L-Star right now in this current patch is ridiculous in Season 10. You can melt somebody in, I think it's 6 to 8 bullets, depending on where you hit them. It's just kind of ridiculous. You know, there's times where it's like I'm having a crazy game and I'm using Wingman R301, I feel like the two most skill-based weapons in the game, if it's not the Kraber. You have to hit your shots with those guns. If you miss, you're missing. And that guy probably has time to hit you in that meantime. And it's like, let's say I'm at like 8 kills, and then next thing you know, I'm getting beamed from Narnia to Starbucks with an L-Star, and I'm like, okay, bro, like I'm just trying to pick up my latte, man. The pumpkin spice just came back.
Quit playing, I need one. Stop it, yo. It's that time of year, fellas and ladies. Pumpkin spice time,
man.
Who give me one?
Bro, I can't do it no more. I can't do this whole meta. And it's like, even in ranked now, it's like if you're plat and higher again, it's you have to play a certain 3 characters. If you're not using those 3 characters, you're at a huge disadvantage. Like pre-Seer patch, they all you saw was Octane Seer Revenant. Okay, I'm glad you guys can use a second life to come and third party me, and then become the third party to your own third party, because you just got sent back to your totem. And your boy Revy over here just gonna walk around and do 20 damage for 10 kills. Like,
Dude's climbing up 30-story buildings in your nightmares type
who you
shit.
think you are, Spider-Man, bro? Like,
dude, when people were like showing like his ability to climb up all these crazy walls, and like people were the meme videos people were making, they were just the funniest, man.
I know, man. What about you? What's your favorite gun in Apex?
Man, okay, so like I've been thinking about this for a while. There was one night where I realized, and I'm like, yo, I could literally grab whatever the hell I want in these little black market things. And I realized that I could grab the Havoc turbocharger, and I was kind of rocking with that for a little bit. And yes, I was lasering for sure. So it was kind of, it was kind of crazy. But like, other than that, I like the flatline. Like flatline will be a personal favorite for me. Alternator will all time be my favorite gun. I've always liked the way it shot. I feel like it doesn't really jerk around that much, and then just like with me using it in Titanfall and shit like that, it's just like, I don't know, like I've always used that gun, but like now that it's in care packages.
In Titanfall.
What?
It was overpowered in Titanfall.
Dude, it kills in like 4 shots.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just so fun using that gun. And I feel like the alternator doesn't get its love like it should. Like it's just a really good, like, you could shoot from a distance and it shoots straight. Like I could compete with the R301 for sure. But I like the alternator, the Havoc right now, and Sentinel. But I feel like people like the longbow better. But honestly, I mean, I'll use my shield cells and I'll like power it up and I'll just start popping. So I mean, that's just the casual Lobo player talking. What's your favorite guns?
Wingman R301, easy. That's my favorite loadout, man.
Easy.
You will always see me drop my, and I can have a G7 and a flatline. That's cool with me sometimes, right? But the minute I find either of those two weapons, I'm like, oop, dropping the G7 for the R3, I'm dropping the flatline for the Wingman. And then I'll wait for a Kraber.
You ain't catching me dead with a G7, bro. I am not hitting those shots, man.
It's a good gun when you hit your shots. It's a good gun. I've had plenty of times where like that's like one of my most clip worthy weapons, because again, it's a gun that does a lot of damage in short time but also shows good precision. It's like especially when it had double tap, oh man, that gun was a different breed.
When I was trying to get clips and I had the Sentinel, like when we were playing, bro, there's so many times where I did like 130, 140, 150 damage, but I wouldn't get the knock. And I'm like, can I even post this clip, bro? Because I'm like, this is a good clip. I'm like, I'm hitting my shots, but it's like
Apex.
Yeah, and it's like I couldn't even get the full clip because I was like, bro, I'm hitting so many Sentinel shots, but not finishing the kill. I'm like, nobody wants to see that.
Nah, I mean, honestly, with the way the Apex content's set up, and this is just from my experience, I mean, I feel like when people post clips of just high damage, I feel like that's good enough. Like, I feel like that's always cool, because it's like, I personally always run into those situations too, where like I completely demolish the first two dudes, last guy is hit for 130, and I get knocked because I never healed between the first two guys. And then that guy got the advantage because I'm only 70 HP, but I still beamed him for 130. So my team gets to clean up and I get rezzed. I still feel like that's clip worthy because I did a lot of damage. So I mean, in retrospect, you could think about it that way. And that goes for anybody listening, because like I know a lot of people on Instagram always hitting me up, how do you get views? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I'm like, it's not because of what I'm posting. It's like what I make of it. You know, it's like, for example, I had a situation where somebody came in my chat and said, if you hit a Wingman knock, I'll gift a sub. I already had a Wingman in my hand. I had been popping off all game with the Wingman. I said, bet. What did I do? I went and knocked 3 people. And then, that was my clip. But were they crazy clips? No, the guys were all 40 HP. But I made a clip out of it. It's all about creativity. You know, it's just like, when it comes to Apex content, there's so much of it, bro. It's like the most streamed game right now. If you go on YouTube, you'll type Apex, you'll get 100 million videos more than likely. It's just it's almost like how Call of Duty was. There's just so much of it. It's hard to be like, yeah, that's my favorite one. You know, and that's my favorite creator. It's not the game they're playing. It's what they're doing with their content, you know? It's how they put it out there. So it's like, at the end of the day, Apex is just so, I don't know. I feel like everything's been done. So the only way to stand out is with your personality.
A lot of these young kids, and I guess we can kind of just jump into this like at like this part of the stream. I think a lot of these kids, because I feel like I get a lot of these questions too. It's just me being a stream lead and stuff like that. It's like, what content do I make? And it's like, I can't tell you what content to make. I can't tell you what to do. Like, generally, just like, people will like you for who you are. Like, you're never going to be Timmy. You're never going to be Nick Merckx. You're never going to be Shroud. Like, it's just like, those guys are on a different level of elite, big brain, like FPS like stuff. Like,
every game they touch,
they could be inspirations to you, but like at the end of the day, man, like you gotta focus on the entertainment. Like, yeah, like you want to be decent at your game too, and like you could have that with your gameplay, but people are gonna be there for you because, like Sav said, you could look up Apex Legends and I'm pretty sure it's like the top 5 game being streamed. You're competing with everybody that has 0 views on that channel or in that category, people with 1 views, 2 views, like, and you wouldn't,
it's a graveyard.
Yeah, it's like tough. You wouldn't understand like how abundant that category is with 0, 1, 2, like even 5s. If you scroll through 5, you'll scroll through 5 viewers for a little bit because that's just like where everybody usually starts off at. Like, that's the tough thing about streaming those games. And if you want to stream that game, fine, but like, just like, you just got to know what good content is and then worry about like all your other socials. Like Sav, well, you can go ahead and explain your method. I don't want to explain it for you, but Sav has really good methods on how he grows on social media, and then it returns to him through Twitch. So go ahead and explain to people what you do.
So when I first started streaming, it was back in, I believe, 2019. I hit affiliate through just having a couple of my friends tab me on their phones. These were the same guys in my PlayStation party each and every night for however many months. And I managed to even get the followership to get the affiliate status through my YouTube. But when I started my YouTube, I didn't get views at all. I was making edits off my PS4. I would put an edit out and voiceover, be whispering at the quietest volume to not wake up my family. And at the same time, I look back to those now and I'm like, dang, you know, it's come a long way. So when you think about it like that, it's everyone starts somewhere, right? So when you get to this whole, the 0 to 5 viewer graveyard, it's a tough spot to be in. You feel like there's no way out, right? But everyone's got a personality, man, and that's my biggest catch. That's the only thing that I feel like is pulling it for me on Twitch. Let me be real with y'all. Like, I feel like if it's anything that I do better than anybody is exhibiting that my personality is consistent through being on stream and off stream. I'm the same person every single day of my life. I wake up, I do the same shit. I go to bed, I do the same shit. You know, it's coming to peace with yourself. I feel like if you want to be a content creator, there's some things that these big guys do so crazy, right? But it's really not. If you really think about it, you know, even somebody like Asu, Timmy, they seem so, you know, robotic, almost like it's natural to them that they just get on and they can do this thing, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like you start thinking, it's like, is it really because they're cracked? No, you can watch their streams. There's a lot of personality in those two guys, but they're the most, you know, calm, cool, collected guys in the middle of a 1v6. And you're like, how? I'd be panicking. Right?
Always like, because you have a camera in front of your face doesn't mean you have to be an actor. Doesn't mean you have to wear a mask.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could wear an Octane mask because that's part of your personality, but like, don't ever fake your personality. Don't ever fake who you are. Like my one of my things I don't even know the right word, but like I stay true to myself no matter what, man. Like with this content creation stuff, I'm not afraid to like say how I feel. Like obviously I have a podcast where I basically say whatever I feel or how I feel, and like that's more respectable than me like acting fake and trying to be like super not the person I am. Like if like there's no point in trying to do that. If people will like you the way you are. Like I know you might think like, oh, I'm not the most entertaining person, but like if you show true emotion and true feeling and like your true passion, people are going to revolve around that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like don't ever feel like you're ashamed of yourself. Like, because at the end of the day, like you are who you are. You can't ever change that. Like everything that I put into my streams resemble me, how I am as a person, things I like, and people, they like that. I come to the point to where like I used to be a Madden streamer. And I tried so hard to get with the Madden community, and sometimes it felt like I didn't fit in. But like I met a couple guys that just generally liked me for me. And even when I noticed like, okay, Madden's really not my thing right now, so like I started streaming other games. So a lot of people like would just say like, we're just here for you. So it's like coming to the point to where like I'm able to do whatever I love, talk about games, play different games that might get me out of my comfort zone, but like people like that stuff because it's me. I'm the content there. So it's like always think about that for content too, as yourself. Just be yourself, be funny. Yeah. Like I mean like it's simple. Like it may sound difficult, but it really isn't. Just be true to yourself, for real.
It might feel unnatural at the first because, of course, everyone always feels shy on camera their first couple times, right? But, you know, I sit there sometimes and I'm like, man, I'm really talking to a camera right now. You know, I'm like, you never believe it. You know, it's just, it becomes fluidic at some point. But to wrap that whole point of why I even said that up is because that's the biggest part about even pulling people to your stream. What are they actually there for? Are they there because you're cracked out dropping 20 bombs every single game? Or are they there because maybe you're a funny, egotistical, arrogant little asshole that's funny? You know, I mean, I feel like that's what I am sometimes, you know? I'm like, I feel like I got this level of confidence and arrogance that plays well with each other. And I've always been that way. Like people always know it. Like, but at the end of the day, catch me behind closed doors and at any given moment on my streams, like I've cried on stream, bro. Like I've had emotional moments that brought me to tears. It's like I'm a human being, bro. Like I can really get down with it. I'm humble as shit when it comes to it. It's like I don't like bragging, but it's like if it comes to helping people out, I will put people before me. That's the kind of person I am, right? And it's like the way that I even grew on Twitch was through that method of just being a human being, bro. I used to okay, so let me start here. When I started my content creation journey, it didn't start on Twitch at all. I took a whole year off of Twitch from 2019 all the way through until November of 2020 because I started the day after my birthday. And in that year, what I did was I started recording my gameplays on my PlayStation and putting them to YouTube. After the YouTube started blowing up, I started getting more followers on Twitch. I already had the average. I just needed the followers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put these things up on YouTube. Boom. That was where it started. Started with, 5 subs in a dream, and now I'm at 800 subs on YouTube, and I don't even post like that. So it came down from there, and Instagram. Instagram is my biggest platform. If you ever look me up on Instagram, you'll be kind of surprised that I'm even like not blowing up because that's what everyone tells me. Oh, you're so big on Instagram. How do you not have more viewers? But at the end of the day, I'm content with where I'm at. My growth pattern is at a steady consistency, right? But the reason that it even works into itself is that those people that follow me on Instagram, a lot of people that come into my stream are streamers themselves. At least 80% of my chat are streamers, small streamers. I'm very close with a lot of the Apex small streamer community. Only recently I've started networking up into bigger people than me. And that's not even for myself. That's for learning purposes. It's people that I'm a name drop. Shrimpy Melon, been a great mentor. I watch his streams. I'll pick his brain about things on random occasions, and it's helped me. I've worked on things that he's told me, and it's pushed me in the right direction. There's people like One Toed Jack. He's a huge confidence person, right?
Legend.
You can smell him. You can smell the confidence on the guy.
Yeah, I like that guy.
And that made me want to be my true self. This extra guy that always dances around, right? But when it comes down to it, I feel like if you really want to grow on Twitch, you do have to make your name known elsewhere. Nobody's going to know who you are if they don't know who you are. And I don't mean just being annoying and like, hey, look, I posted something. Go like it for me. They don't like that. Nobody likes that. That's weird self-promo.
Especially if you don't follow
Make friends with
them
people, man.
Yeah.
Right. Make friends with people. That's my biggest advice to anybody doing this. Make friends with people. Everybody that's your friend will always look out for you if they're really your friend. I know a lot of gatekeepers in the community that won't raid certain people because they don't have a certain viewership. I know people that, won't help others because they feel already made it, but yet they really haven't. They're just at a high peak. Like, you might have a pop in TikTok, but that doesn't mean your streams are popping. You know what I'm saying? So again, it all plays around each other. It's a matter of cycling through, friendships that will branch outward. Because at the end of the day, those people that are your friends, for example, they might want to raid you one day. LINKTRee raids me every single stream damn near. And his community and my community are pretty close. Everybody that's in mine will always drop in on his. Everybody that's in his always drops in on mine.
Right.
They know each other. These people have made friends. That's not even I don't know how to say this. You can look at it as networking in a way, because these people are networking amongst themselves, and now they're becoming parts of each other's streams, and they don't even realize
it's very natural. So it's like what he's basically saying, y'all, is just like, make friends. Like, even if you just feel like you're not the most like social person in the world, like there's someone out there, guarantee you, that's just like you, man. I could probably find a million people that are like me. Like I know in my head who I want in a friend, like who I could tell is really there for me, or who is really there just to like leech off of me. And like, that's why I keep a circle with all of my friends, and I make sure that everybody eats when they can. Like Sav says, man, like, I'm done with my stream, I know where I'm sending them. Sav, I already know, like, our communities are close, we're best friends, my friends will click with them, and it's just like, it's just easy for them. Like, yo, I'm gonna go check out Sav. Like, it's natural. They were gonna go over there anyway, so it's like I never really raid people I don't know. I did raid somebody I didn't know, but it was her birthday. And that was really fun though. But that was really fun. Like, I was just like, in the moment, I was just like,
made her day, bro.
Because it was like, I was like, it's my birthday, y'all. You didn't get me shit. And they were like, it ain't even your birthday. And I was like, all right, fine, we'll raid someone whose birthday it is then. And we did, and it was just like, it was just a fun moment. But it's just like, besides all that, man, it's just like, just make friends and just try and just be on other social medias as much as possible. I tell people only stream 3 days a week. I work on the other days on socials whenever I can. Everybody's on social media. Everybody's on Twitter nowadays. Everybody's on Instagram. Make friends. Like, generally just be like, yo, I really like this photo, like, that you made. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hype someone up and just like try and interact with them. Like, yo, this clip was really good. And like, then you just
like, cut G.
Yeah, come to their stream and be like, yo, I saw your clip. Like, nice to see you. And then generally, like, you just build friendships off of that. It's not
Another
like
thing real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, just because, like, when it comes down to it, I feel like some people misinterpret friendships for gratification. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's times where people can come off as like, oh, I want to be your friend, right? But there's always like those people that will, let's be honest, there's people that will be fake, that will try to use you. Don't let yourself fall into that trap, because I know a lot of friends that have been taken advantage of. What I mean by make friendships is actually try to have a conversation, like Nick said. Like, it's just, you don't want to divulge yourself into thinking that, oh, just because I have friends, they're gonna raid me, or just because I'm friends with this streamer, they're gonna put me on. No, it's not like that. Like, you gotta earn the mutual respect, and I feel like that's what people lack, is mutual respect when it comes to like trying to grow. Nobody wants to grow together. Everyone wants to grow alone. It's like, nobody starts here alone, bro. I was in Instagram group chats making different friends, and to this day, some of these people I've known for 2 years. And I've started my content creation 2 years ago. So these people are like friends of mine from the ground level. So it's like they would never lose a place in my heart. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, again, we all eat together, man. Twitch is a big, big, big world. There's people triple my size and counting. And I'll never think that I'll make 1,000, but you best believe, if you want to make something your job, you want to make it your dream, you got to treat it like one. You got to work for it. You can't just get up and stream and be like, somebody's going to come in here. No, again, you got to know, you got to be a little bit known to be known. You get me?
Right. That's the thing.
You got to work for it, man.
That's the thing, man. It's just like, you just be smart about it. Just make friends. Just have fun. Like, at the end of the day, man, like, just have fun. Don't think of it so much as like, a business or anything else until you really get up there. Just have fun, make friends, build friendships. Like that's what it's all about. Like don't worry about numbers and stuff, and don't worry about like, I don't know. It's such a weird topic to talk about. It's just like, it's just generally just be a good person. Like, I mean, like I can't like I said, I can't specifically tell someone what they have to do, but I could teach someone the proper manners and like stream etiquette. Yeah. To like really grow as a person and be themselves. Like you said, you can't just wake up, hit the stream button, stream for 8 hours, expect someone to come. Yeah. You might get your few followers, but like at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, like what was it worth it when you could just be on social media of like making friends and building friendships and stopping by other people's stuff and getting your name out a little bit more? Probably not.
Also saying this, a lurk can go a long way, man. I lurk for a lot of people and I never expect anything back. It's just that I know these people, I've heard of them somewhere, and some of these people have even become close friends just because of a lurk. I'm just saying, if you want to start somewhere, if you don't want to do anything else, sometimes as simple as a lurk on Twitch can help you get somewhere.
You know what I want to talk about?
What?
I want to talk about the day off Twitch, man. Because I think this was the first time, maybe not the first time, maybe this was my, I don't want to say it's my first experience with this kind of thing, like kind of like pitchforks and tiki torches or whatever, like just people like not rioting, what's the word? Striking. But like, I mean, how do you feel about the situation? Because I know how I feel about it, and like it's kind of a wishy-washy thing, but I feel like it goes both ways. I'll let you go ahead and say your side though, and how you feel about it, and how did you partake in this day?
I actually didn't stream. I took the day off, mostly because I know people that have been hate rated, and for those listening right now, you don't know what a hate rate is. Just imagine somebody saying a racist comment in person, but make it multiple people, but make it in a Twitch chat. It's not real people. It's an automated bot spamming explicit slurs and things that really are well behind us. They should be. It's 2021. We're at a state where a lot of equality has been established in every aspect. There's platforms for everybody to speak on. We're on a platform right now talking about our piece, you know. The whole reason for the day off Twitch was misinterpreted by so many people.
Oh yeah,
and I feel like it was just not how it should have been, because it brought in a lot of politics.
So basically,
and it wasn't about it.
So basically, like a lot of this has to do with like how Twitch handles things with smaller streamers. A lot of smaller streamers don't like the cut they get paid. Obviously, like the like ads, just lack of communication through Twitch in general, and then also like the hate raids and the bots with the IP addresses. Like for me, like I knew a lot of this stuff already, just because obviously, like fucking look at me now, I'm a stream guy. I talk about stream stuff. This is like something I learn on a day-to-day basis. Someone like Sav, most of these bigger streamers on social media, they know a lot of these bots, how they work, if they're going to grab IPs or whatever else. We know how to like work our way around it. And a little self-promotion, if you guys want to learn how to get your way out of that, make sure you guys check out both of our social medias. I posted a lot about it on Twitter. He's been talking about it. I've been retweeting a bunch of stuff on how to stop it, names, whatever else. Anyways, but like it, like Sav said, it's just it comes to a point to where like it's 2021. Give us a sign that you're like this is getting worked on. Like I don't think Twitch is completely sitting there like brain dead, like not doing anything about it. Like I think they are trying to work on it, but it's like it's been months. It's been a month, and it may seem like I'm sticking up for Twitch in this instant, but I'm really not. It's like I'm a little bit half and half, but don't. But
it's good though. You're on the platform. It's a sense of like you want to have hope for the platform that you've spent so many hours on. You know, it's understandable, and a lot of people are in that same mindset. I'm with you.
The thing is, it's like you don't want to sit there and be like, how do I explain this? I don't want Twitch to push me around, But it's like I'm not gonna let Twitch get away with anything that I think is bullshit. Like, yeah, I'm on the platform and I want anything that's better for it. Like, I'll stick up for what I stream on because obviously, like, I want the platform to grow and whatever else. Like, but the fact of the matter is, like, y'all need to quit bitching about the split revenue. Like, y'all signed a contract. Is it the best contract? No. But like, you guys can't restructure a contract. Like, I mean, there's a million affiliates out there. There's a million affiliates with all the same stuff. Like, the next step is partner to get a revenue split. And like, I keep on seeing that because like, it's hard to me to explain it like that. Like, would it be great? It would obviously be fantastic. Like, because basically, like, a sub would mean a little bit more to you or whatever else. But like, at the end of the, or like, it would help you out a lot more. But like, they would have to restructure a lot of people's contracts and stuff like that. And the affiliate contracts just overall, like, it's the same all around the board. But I like the whole reason, back to just the whole day in general. I like the day just because, like, everybody's like stuck up for their piece. Like, everybody was like, yo, like, Twitch, like, we want you to hear us. Even if you did stream that day, it wasn't like you were bashed upon or anything. It's just like you stuck up for what you wanted to stick up for, and other people were just like, hey, I'm just gonna stream anyways. Like, it
There's the thing, though. There has been people that I've seen bashing others for streaming that day. Oh, I'm going to unfollow you if I see you stream. Oh, you're dead to me if I see you stream. I'm like, at the end of the day, bro, it's not a mandatory day. You know, that's my part. And people might hate me for it, but at the end of the day, I've had friends that stream that day. And those are good friends of mine. I'm never cutting them off. And they're POC. There's some POC in there. You know, I'm Mexican myself. And, you know, if somebody of POC wants to stand up and say, hey, look, it's a day, I understand, but you know, my piece is whatever they may have, I'm gonna let them do their part, because you know, again, it's not like those that didn't participate in real world politic protests didn't have some way to feel about those, like others that stayed home and didn't go out and protest for whatever their social justice issue was, right? It's just, in my opinion, if you want to preach about equality, you have to understand there's two sides to the coin at all times.
Mm-hmm.
The day off Twitch was to address, yes, the hate raids. Yes, marginalized creators are not represented as much on Twitch, but that's everywhere. You know, at the end of the day, unfortunately, that's the way the world is. Until the world can grow as a whole, our entertainment factors will still be affected.
Right.
Unfortunately, yes, these losers that are sending hate raids are ridiculous because these emails are being registered under, or these accounts are being registered under maybe one or two emails, and hundreds of accounts are being made through that. That's where this whole thing stems from.
It's very BS how these hate raids start. Like, it's very, very, like, I feel like it is preventable. Like, Twitch actually did an okay job with, if I block or ban, or like maybe if I don't even block or ban. Like, I remember the one time it was the Haas guy, or it was some guy, like it was one of the Haas's or the Slayer dude or whatever. But like, Lunar, whatever. I like didn't even block or ban it. I went to go do it at work, and like his username was just completely disappeared. Like, I think they are doing something to an extent, but like, it just takes time. Like, a lot of people need to realize, like, just because Twitch is this big company, they just can't snap their fingers and make it right the next day. Like, I think everybody, like, with the day off did their job to saying, like, we want to be heard. We want to be heard. And like, I think Twitch is looking at that, and they know about this. They're being heard, and they're working on changes. That's the whole point of it. Like, to be heard. This is what we want. Like, even if we don't get everything that we ask, at least Twitch is like listening to it. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, you gotta at least respect, they hear you. Like, mission accomplished. Like, that was the whole point of the day. Like, that's what the day is for. Don't misinterpret it of something else. It's not politics. It's not like whatever your crazy head thinks about. It's literally just for like the hate raids and all the stuff wrong going on in Twitch. Like, I feel like it's come to a point to where like every Twitch post I see, there's somebody complaining about something, like getting on Twitch's ass, bro. Like, do I just not look at it like into that depth? Or do I just like, I don't know. Like sometimes it's just like really strange to me how these people like really talk about how bad they hate Twitch, but like they're on the platform.
Still stream.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if you really don't like the platform, then you could go to YouTube. Well, none of my people.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, oh man, go ahead.
It's like go to YouTube then, and oh well, I'll lose my following and I'll have to start over. Okay, well then why are you? You can't sit there and bash Twitch the whole time. Like I don't know. I just think it's very absurd the way that people talk to Twitch and just like. I would love, like, trust me, I'm about the bag sometimes too. Like if they wanted to fix my contract and wanted to give me a little bit more money, like I'd be down for it. But at the end of the day, this is how it works. Contracts work. You sign something, you agreed to terms, and you said, look, you could take 50-50. Like you can't sit there and now say like it's not enough. When you get partner, it changes.
Work harder.
Yeah. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
It's like the thing that's funny to me is how everyone, I'm gonna unfriend you. I'm gonna blast you on Twitter for streaming on day off. Man, I hate you if you stream that day. Man. They were live the next day, ladies and gentlemen. It's like that's the thing that kills me. Is like, okay, again, that's what those people that did stream that day were riping about. Oh, it's just one day. What is it going to do? You guys just proved that point. You guys got back up on there. Hey, thank you, XX Macaroni Eater 32 for the 5 gifted. Like,
hey, it's mac and cheese 893 to you, bro. All right.
Like, come on, bro. Like, out of here. I don't know. Like, to those that didn't stream, I commend you. Thank you for being a part of a great movement. Those that did stream, I hope you had a great stream. I don't hate you for it. You have your reasons, I bet. Hey, you probably had 6 days of work a week, and Wednesday was the only day off you had, so be it. Go ahead and stream, you know? Right. But if you stream that day, I hope you had a purpose behind it. I hope you had a message to send as well with what was going on, you know? I hope you're not just acting like you're blind to social media because everyone's on social media, dog.
Never look at something like this to be a bad thing. Like, that was the thing about it, too. It's just like I'll just keep repeating it, man. Like, even if you did stream that day, don't bash people who took the day off. Don't call them stupid. Don't be like Twitch don't care. Because at the end of the day, I feel like Twitch does care. Like, I got to be that person, bro. Like, I feel like people just generally think like big companies don't give a shit about us. But like, why would that even make sense? But like, also, if you took the day off, don't judge people who did stream that day. Because like you said, like at the same time, like, what if it's someone's full-time gig? They got to feed a family. It's like, oh, I got to go live this day. I can't miss out on this money or whatever else. Like, I mean, that's just their choice.
Like I saw Lulu Lovely, one of the biggest Apex streamers, get demolished all over social media that day of because she went live. And I'm like, dude, that's her profession. If she has a reason, let her have her reason.
It's a shame how much she gets bashed, man. Like, honestly.
And I'm like, bro, for real. And there's again, if you want to preach about equality and wanted to bring the platform together, why shun somebody for not being a part of a protest? So many people do that. Millions of people do that in real life. Because it's on a social media platform. We got nuts now. It's like, come on, man.
I'm not even simping. I just feel bad for every
That's what I'm saying.
That has to stream, man, because it's like there's always someone talking about like go do dishes. Like, bro, she's a human being and she's trying to make money, and like at the end of the day, she's a very nice person. And it's just like a lot of female Twitch streamers that I'm friends with and stuff like that. Like, I mean, like they get treated like absolute shit. I see it right before my eyes, and like all these creeps and weirdos, and it's like it's a tough place for them. Like, obviously, a lot of these content creators are sick of it, and the hate rage just adds on top of it. Like, let people preach for whatever they want to preach about, man. Like, that's
everyone's got some reason.
I respect the movement. Like, I mean, it was one of my off days anyways, but at the same time, I took the day off. I said, hey guys, like, do what you got to do. I put out a tweet and I was like, guys, if you take the day off, proud of you guys, fight for something, but also if you stream that day, have a good stream. It's not the end of the world. Like, literally, like, people have their own reasons for it. Like, you can't change people's thoughts. But
now let's get into this real quick. Don't just go jump to YouTube Gaming because Tim the Tatman jumped to YouTube Gaming that same day, okay? Don't take the day off Twitch as I'm changing my platform, bro. Come on, man. It ain't like that.
The one thing I will talk about with that is like, I feel like there is opportunity there for some content creators if they really want to. The thing I like about YouTube is a lot of people are like, the UI sucks. Like, a lot of people will bash YouTube like crazy, but it's like, yes, obviously as any content creator, it's hard to start over. But like, if you really care about your work, I mean, you'll get right back there. And to be honest, everybody has YouTube channels. So like, yeah, like, don't jump board right now, but like, it's obviously something to think about. I've been Twitch heavy like my whole career, even with Mixer and everything. Everybody would jump and ship to Mixer, but like, I mean, YouTube's not bad. Like, the only reason I really would try to stick up for YouTube is like, I think YouTube has a lot of VOD, a lot of VOD capability, a lot of like, if you stream that day, your VOD is just completely on your channel and people could watch it like if they missed it or anything. I like that a lot. And also, I like you probably be able to just piece apart your stream a lot better and then post it as its own video. Like, there's like stuff like that where I'm like, it intrigues me to think like, huh, that doesn't sound bad at all. Like, instead of like doing a stream on Twitch, downloading your whole VOD, then picking it apart, then putting it on YouTube, when it's just like, in all reality, YouTube's there. And I feel like YouTube has a lot more people on it than Twitch, but you also do got to be smart with it. Like, you do got to be smart with it to a point, but like, to be honest, like, this isn't like bashing on anybody. If you only have like 2 or 3 viewers, shoot it. Shoot the shot. Like, I mean, like, if you're going to
only go up, there's no going
yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, and if you have to come back, you have to come back. It's not like you're like forced to like not come back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not Tim the Tatman. You didn't have to sign an exclusive contract just to be on YouTube.
You're not Dr. Disrespect. You're not
like
anybody of
you
that
have to get rid of your
right now. If you are, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
This is YouLoveNicktana, Tana's Eye View. Podcast is on Spotify, Apple Music.
If Dr. Lupo was listening to this shit, he'd shake his head. He'd be mad. He'd be like, what are they talking about? What is he saying? Why is his hair so long?
You say to me a little shit.
What do you say? The fuck you said to me, a little shit, Tyler.
Talk to your mother with that mouth. Talk to your mother with that mouth.
Fucking Ninja's so funny, bro.
That's the thing though. Like, the whole YouTube gaming thing makes me worried sometimes because I think about how Mixer went down, but then again, it's like YouTube's been around for 20 plus years, and Twitch has been around for 10, exactly 10. So it's one of those things where it's like there's a lot of people on YouTube because YouTube is Google. Google is integrated through YouTube. You go and type something on Google, you're going to see a YouTube video pop up 9 times out of 10.
I swear.
And
YouTube has everything.
You go to Twitch, you're not going to find YouLoveNicktana or LuvLockDwn unless if you know who they are or see us on the recommended. Or if we're on the thousands of views because somehow we made it. We're on top, started from the bottom, now we're here. Speaking of, I wanted to talk about that. I really was, because like somebody brought that up on Twitter as well. But it was going to be one of our topics, the where we started versus where we are now, and why we feel like we got this little opportunity.
I gotta talk about this, man, because I was thinking about this shit today. I'm actually gonna post a picture today. I remember streaming off my Xbox, stealing Morgan's capture card, because Morgan was a streamer before me, plugging it in and streaming console Overwatch, not being able to hear my teammates. But like, I had one viewer at the time, maybe 2, and
was this on Twitch?
This was Twitch, yeah. I remember before I was affiliate, didn't really care. I was like, oh, 1, 2, 3 viewers, it's fine. As soon as I moved into this house, I did a few streams. I ended up getting affiliate. Very blessed. So it's probably been about like a year and a half, 2. I think Willie was born, so it's probably been longer than that. But I haven't been really consistent till like maybe like 2 years. But beyond that, like I remember one stream I had in the morning, man. I thought about this shit today, bro. I remember having a stream. 3 hours, not one interaction, man. I remember going to sleep that day, tears, bro. I was like, that I'm never letting that happen again, man. And I remember to that day, man, I got to work and I worked harder because it was something I really wanted to do. And like, I think that's what drove me to like really want to like put that work in. It's like, man, I never want to have that situation where I'm streaming for 3 hours and not one person say hi. So I made sure like I put myself out there a lot more. I looked up YouTube videos, and just generally just got intrigued with how Twitch works, how I can better myself, what things I can throw in to expand. And I've been doing this for 2-3 years, and like I still like, you guys may not think, like some of you guys think like, oh, LuvLockDwn, he's a pretty popular guy, like whatever else. I don't know what y'all think about me, but like I feel like I come off as that, but like, bro, I'm still learning every day. Like it's like anything you want to do in life, man. You're always learning. There's always someone that's integrated and found something better, man. It's like, seems like Twitch is kind of like a science at this point. Like you just like test stuff up until throw stuff to the wall until something sticks. It's not just random like a lot of people think. Like, oh, you just randomly got a bunch of people to come in. Like, nah. Like I said, man, I had nights or I had days that's like 0 viewers, go to bed sick to my stomach. And I was like, you know what, man, if I really want to do this, man, I got to push myself. And I started doing things, testing out some stuff, and it stuck. And basically, bro, like I've changed a lot. Like I used to, my first game I started streaming was Overwatch, like I said. And then I eventually, what games did I play? And then I switched to PC Overwatch. And then it was basically Madden and Pokemon, and now I just do whatever I want. But yeah, I mean, that's just basically how it was for me, man. I had just days, and I was like sick to my stomach. I'm like, that shit ain't never happening. I wanted to work, and I put in the work, and now I'm on my own podcast with your friendly Octane mask wearing Apex Legend guy. Like, so yeah, I mean, I guess that's where I started and where I'm at now. I got, my son is 2 years old. I got about like 800 followers on Twitch, and Twitter is always growing, and I'm a stream lead, and I just do this stuff because I love it. I have a passion for it. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So what about you, man?
Dude. Let me be honest with y'all, and y'all gonna be like, oh, you're just saying that because you're on his podcast. Before I even started streaming, the only streamers I watched was YouLoveNicktana and Shroud. They were the only two. Sometimes some Ninja.
So what did Shroud have over me? So like, let's be honest. Like,
can you flick every guy in the head for a headshot with a sniper rifle in Call of Duty? I mean, I don't think so, NicktRee. You gonna go play Madden and throw a cross route? I know you, man. So yeah, slant boy, get out of here, bro.
Brother, crossing routes work. They work.
Oh man, he's gonna draw the sweep from behind and all that. No, I don't even know about Madden like that. But nah, for real, I used to watch NicktRee, and I would be like, dang, this guy's popping. He got like 10 people in here, man. That's cool, you know? And I'd be like, shit, you know, it's a vibe. And I would go in there every single day. Every day. And it was for like, I don't know, like a year. And then I kind of fell off of Twitch, right? And that's when I started doing all my other content, like YouTube, all that other stuff. I was really focused and driven into that. And back when I had been following Nick, I would stream randomly. I would stream like once or twice for like, I don't know, my friends in the PSN party. And then I started seeing that I was getting viewership on YouTube. And I was like, well, if I can do a long 20, 30, 40 minute edit for a YouTube video, I'm sure I can do however long an edit takes for an Instagram post. So I remember posting my first Instagram post in September. Yeah, it was September. Wow, it's been exactly 2 years in 10 days. It'll be my girlfriend's birthday, my anniversary of being on Instagram for exactly 2 years as a content creator. It's crazy. But think about it like that. Like I started pushing myself into overdrive. I would do an edit every week, and then it turned into twice, and then it turned into 3 times, including a YouTube video. And man, I mean, that grind continued until I joined the team, the Knicks, on Valkyrie Array, and that propelled me to a whole nother level. I'm gonna say that now. Thank you, Valkyrie Array, for everything you guys, I guess, unlocked inside of me that I never knew was there. Because I feel like once I joined Valkyrie, I just unlocked this another potential, and I think it was mostly driven by the fact that I had Nick there. Because like Nick said, like we good friends, we best friends. You know, there's a lot that we have in common. There's a lot that we go to each other for. There's times where we're in the Discord for hours, and you know, now it's like I see myself, you know, hard flex or whatever. Some people be like, "Oh, weird champ," talking about viewers or whatever. But I'm like averaging 25 plus now, blowing my own mind. Every time I get off stream, I talk to my girlfriend on the phone. I got a routine, man. I'm on this now, so it's like you know, I look back at these numbers. I posted it on Twitter. Let me go look at it, man. I cried when I saw it because it just kind of like it put it into perspective for me, bro. That shit was crazy.
When people say emo names out loud, bro, it's so funny. He said, "Oh, weird champ." Weird flags. Bro, when people say like Keck W.
Hey man, we're talking about Twitch. We have to talk like we're in the chat.
I know,
right?
but it's just like
Monka S, bro. Monka S.
Pepe sad. Like I'm like
People sad. People cheer.
Bro, if I go
Jam.
if I go to a fucking Twitch thing, it's like, whoa, that's YouLoveNicktana, Peppa happy. Like Keck W. I don't know, bro. I just found that just so funny that he said like, oh, weird champ. It'd be like God. That, bro. Like
so like
Among
I posted
Us.
my stats, right? Fuck this guy, dude. You sus, man. So I went and looked at my Streamlabs thing, right? And I went exactly back to when I had first started streaming, like, you know, this go around. The week of November 10th, that was the only week that it would go far back as. But I know I started like the day after my birthday. I was averaging 6, maybe 3 people in my chat, if that. My peak viewership was like 12 for one day. 12 people. I was like, wow, I could do this. You know, at least I thought I could because, like, you know, got lucky. And then that's what started going crazy for me because after that point, now I'm like looking at this week that I've had, it's peaking 40 plus viewers sometimes, you know, 30 plus. And it's one of those things that falls back on the previous topic is, you know, outlets that funnel into Twitch. You know, I didn't just blow up on Twitch one day. No, bro, this is consistent growth. Like there's been a pattern, and every time I've hit a milestone, I've just driven harder. I've worked harder. I've analyzed myself. I'm my biggest critic. I don't do anything without a focus group, and my focus group are my friends because I know my friends will be honest with me. There's times where I'll even ask Nicktana, like, "Does this look cool?" And then he'll ask me the same thing, like, "What do you think about this?"
It's usually not, but
yeah.
I'm kidding, bro.
I guess I'm not friends with YouLoveNicktana.
Stop, bro. Sav makes
Suddenly, I loathe Nicktana.
It might seem like that we are like kissing off each other and stuff right now, but like how Sav said, like I'm like how he like I inspire him and stuff. Like being and seeing how he works and how he functions. Like there's a lot of people. Like I thought I worked hard. There's a lot of people who work way harder than me. Like Sav is always talking and doing something with his content, and like it's always just like so like mind blowing, especially to see because like I'll be I don't know how many we get in like a Discord call like every morning, like every like 3 or 4 days times a week.
Yeah, 3-4 days a week.
And it's like this man Spagoots, he's always editing something.
Shout out Spaghetti.
Yeah, my man Spagoots, and it's like. He's editing something. Sav's giving me ideas. I'm over here doing a Capamon because that's hot, right? Like, but like that's just the thing, man. It's just like where he didn't do this stuff by just sitting around hoping somebody would just come just to feel sorry for him. Just he put in the work. He put himself out there, and every day he got better and better. And same thing with me. Every day I got better and better and a little bit more better. And then eventually it turned out, which I could probably speak for Sav, it didn't end up being, it's not really about us anymore. It's about people we make happy through our content. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I always just think about like, I out there make somebody happy just by me going live, or maybe this YouTube video made someone's day, or maybe if I say like, yo, how's it going? Cookie Boy 792, like it'll make them happy. So it became less about like what I'm doing and just like putting a smile on people's faces. So it's a big W for that.
Yeah, man. And at the end of the day, it's like any entertainer, it's what do you provide as the entertainment? You know, it's like it's bigger than yourself. There's nothing you do for your Twitch stream that is ever for you. And if you're doing it that way, well, hey, so be it. Somehow you're doing well and congratulations. But you know, it comes down to the opportunity of inclusiveness and engagement with your audience. And that's what I feel like small content creators sometimes lack, is the ability to do so. And, you know, when it comes down to it, the bigger scope of things, you have to be selfless. You have to work to the greater picture and together to even establish yourself as anything nowadays. And, you know, with people like Nick and, you know, Spaghetti, whoever's in our circle or whoever we know, you guys know who you are. We'll always come to y'all, man, because, you know, that's what I would preach to anybody in this content creation journey is you better have a group of friends that you can rely on that will give you ideas, tell you your stream shit, do this better, and, you know, really open your eyes to opportunities to grow. Or, you know, people that will really, oh, how does this edit look, and not be like, oh, it's perfect, you know, because you don't want a yes man in your circle. It's like there's a lot of honesty with not only yourself, but with the people you put around yourself that you should be incorporating into your content.
It's come to like every stream now, something happens and it makes me think about fucking Raph. Raph is like, for how much that man pisses me off, he's got to be.
Hey,
he's so fucking real, bro. Like he just like,
he really is.
I'll say something and like he'll keep me in check, man. Like I like even all of my friends, I have a group chat with all my friends and like they keep me in check like all the time. Like I have a chat with all my mods and like I'll say some. Or I'll say like, yo, this game kind of boring. And then I'll be like, honestly, you're not doing it right. Or honestly, we don't want you to play. Like, they're very, 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 like, real with me. I'll be like, yo, I'm about to post this. And they might say like, yo, you could have did this or you could have did that. And it's just like, I'd rather surround myself with people like that than people are just going to sit there and be like, dude, that was amazing. It was the best video. Like, I know it's not. Like, you don't got to sit there and like, I want you to better me. I want that type of energy. Like if you tell me no, I'm not gonna get super hurt. I'm not gonna get sad. Like, But yeah, shout out to stupid Raph. Stupid fucking Raph. God.
Hey, at least he's better than Calvo, bro.
Calvo's the man. Calvo, hey, okay. Another shout out, bro. This man Vino is I'm pretty sure he was like, he's a founder, and he's been to like every single one of my streams besides the one that I cried. But he's been to he's been to every single stream, bro. Remember I told you I had 0 viewers? We just talked about it, bro. Little violin.
I know, but no shot.
He's literally there to like 90% of my shits, bro.
Hey, he's got a first subscriber badge, so at the end of the day,
Cap, Skrill, a lot of those guys, man, really kicked off my career. Cap and Vino were the real ones that made me like realize though that I could do this, like, and I could push harder. I never really understood the potential I had until they like really started telling me they enjoyed it and stuff like that, and made me open my eyes. So
they love LuvNicktana.
Do you have any?
Not me, not them, but you.
I want to get into questions real quick, because we have a lot of really interesting questions. So if you guys don't know, you should know. Maybe if this is your first time listening, whatever. If you guys follow me on Twitter at YouLoveNicktana, every few days before the pod is recorded, I'll put out a tweet saying like along the lines of like, hey guys, doing the show notes for the Tana's Eye View podcast. Why don't you give us some topics or questions that we could answer for the pod, and anything about life, Twitch, anything in general, anything that you could think of off the top of your mind that you want us to talk about, and we can get to them. So we're about to go into that now. I had a few ones. The first one I want to ask is from actually Andrew. He was the co-host on the last show. And
I love you, 951.
951 TV. 10 damage killer.
So woo.
He did 10 damage one game. I won't let him live it down. But I've had games where I did 0 damage, so I mean, is that worse? I feel like 10 damage just looks bad, bro. Like
He tried to do
Yeah, like he
damage. That's what it
tried
looks
to
like.
hit the damage. I think it was just a sear thing though. I think he just hit him with a sear thing and just got down. But I'll stick up for him, I guess. It's not like he had a gun or anything, but
True.
he asked, "Hey guys," no, he said he said when it comes to streaming and content creation, what's your biggest fear? I'll let you go first, man. Biggest fear when it comes to content creating.
I feel like I have the most general one. Like, I feel like I dream about this a lot sometimes. Like, cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will have some reason to hate you, and you never know it, bruh. You would never know it. I'm always fearful that one day, maybe like when I was a douchebag at the gym in 2016, benching like 175, 210, like with my pecs out, like I was Simba or something, like somebody might have felt some type of way. And like, what if they see me doing good? And they're gonna shit on my parade. That's my biggest fear always. But at the end of the day, I feel like it just comes down to like, am I a good person that people genuinely like? Like that's what I feel like. Like I'm always like, I always doubt that because like, you know, people come in there, they always like, oh, I love it, you know, here, oh, like, you know, you're so cool, whatever the case may be. You know, you get it too, like, oh, you're such a, you know, my safe place or whatever the case may be. And I feel like sometimes I don't provide enough for those people that, you know, say these things. Like, am I really doing anything? I feel like that all ties into one big scope is just like my perception as a person out on the platform. I feel like that's what it is for me. I feel like that's what it is. Not gonna lie to you. I've always cared about perception. Even though I don't care about personal opinions of people about me. Like somebody could say they hate me tomorrow and I'd be like, okay. You know, I'm not gonna care. But like you better have a reason. And that reason better be constructive and not something superficial, you know? I don't know. I just always worry about that kind of stuff. What about you?
If I had a fear, I guess, I don't know. It's pretty much what I've been saying the whole stream, man. If I stop being who I am, if I ever changed up or if money changed me or like anything else, man, I want to be true to my vision and what I want. I never want to like change up for the bag or whatever else. Like, yeah, like we all are, man. Like we can stop the cap. We want the bag sometimes, bro. Like I generally like talking about getting the bag. Like, have I reached out to many sponsors or anything to try to get the bag? No, but like, I mean, like I'm out there trying to get the bag. Trust me, but I'm not gonna be fake and not be true to myself or sell myself for the bag. Never. I don't ever want to do that. Like I make money elsewhere to where I don't have to do that right now. But like, I just always want to be true to myself. I guess another fear to me is just like, another fear to me is that the content gets dry or maybe, oh, here's a good one. My fear is time. I mean, I'm 25. I think like I could get to a certain age, man. I really don't feel like I have the energy to do this anymore. I feel like, you know what, maybe it's time to put down the camera and do something else because I mean, you know, like it may get to a certain age where I might not feel like doing this. So I feel like time could be a big factor with that too. Like, I mean, if it comes like 4 or 5 years down the road and it's like, it doesn't work out, then like, so realizing that you got to put it down and support and try something new, then like, I mean, like I'll have a passion for it. Maybe I'm just talking like, talking worst case scenario. Oh, shit, I might be 31 still drinking a Truly on stream. You might, I mean, I see people.
I feel like what it is like the drive, you know, it's like you're worried about that. Like,
I mean, like when
that's understandable.
When you do it for so long and you just you just lose patience and whatever else. But like, I feel like it's only up. Like, I think I'm just talking like worst case scenario. But it's like, I don't want you guys to think I'm egotistic. I'm just positive thinking that like I'm on a good track right now. And I feel like I'm just pushing out content. Yeah. It's just like, I don't want to come off as egotistic. Like, oh, this dude's just bragging. Like, I'm not bragging. I'm just like, I just spitting my shit, man. It's my pod. Get your pod, spit your shit. Like I'm spitting my shit. Like I'm doing my shit. The pod is named after me, bro. Like you see that the logo? It's a falcon with an eyeball. I'm that falcon. The anime girl is in my eyeball. All right, like spit your shit on your pod. Oh,
brother, get a load of this guy.
Anyways, like I don't know if that answered your guys' question, but just like
that was a good one though. That was very thoughtful.
That is a very nice question. Andrew comes up with some.
Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, he comes up with some really good questions with him being a content creator and stuff too. I mean, he's probably curious of that stuff and his future too. So what I want to talk about, Raph.
Can I bring one up?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead.
How did you come up with your name?
Oh, okay, this is a good one.
Somebody did actually ask me that, and I had put it on our notes, but I was like, never knew when to throw it in there because we got off to a ball here.
So mine is a little bit what you guys might think it's like a little curveball in the left field, but I was 18 and I never really had a name. I always wanted a nickname. But there was this rapper and his name was Montana 300. And that dude just, he spits some straight heat. Like, I was like, I love this dude. He spits some straight heat. Good songs. Like, dude's just always popping off. Like, dude had this song called Holy Ghost. He's snapping for 6 minutes. Like, straight. No chorus. No, like, heavy breathe. He's just going off. Like, Chirac, he's going crazy. Like, I love this dude. I was listening to him all the time. So I just took the Mon off his name and just made it Nick Tana. So it's Nick Tana. The whole you love part actually came from me, Morgan, and my friend Spec. We all wanted to have matching names for Fortnite, and we came up with you love. So it was you love NicktRee, you love Mo, and he was you love Spec. So we had that for matching names. The funny thing is, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this on the podcast or whatever. Probably not. Probably. Who knows? I don't know. I'll get an email or something. But one of Montana 300's songs, bro, it's called Air Jordan. And like one of the parts in the song was like getting top from a thought named Morgan. I was like, that's me. But it's so fried, bro. I remember that shit made me laugh so he's gone. He's gone. Bro, but like I remember hearing that shit. I was like, he's even got girls named Morgan. Being friends with them. Being buddies with him. I should have just kept I'm sleeping on the couch, bro. But like, so funny, it's just dude. Like, it was just so funny, the relevance between that and just me being Nick Tana. And just like, I just kind of rolled with it.
That's funny.
I never really stuck with it because it was just a Twitter name before I started streaming. The thing about it was Spec actually was the first person to just call me Tana out of spite. Like, he would just be like, yo, Tana. And I just rocked with it. I was like, damn, that's kind of dope. Like, people call me Tana. Like,
got that nickname.
Yeah, like, so I just kind of stuck with it, rocked with it. Do I listen to his music now? Not really. I feel like he kind of fell off a little bit, but that's just me. Like, I liked his older stuff a little bit better. Not saying he's a bad artist or anything, but I mean, I just kind of made it my own thing. So, yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's kind of a weird way. Like, if y'all are like, oh, I never thought about that. But I mean, that's how it works. That's how it works. What about you, man?
Well, oh yeah. Well.
Oh yeah, that topic. What were we?
Honestly, man, I just spaced out at the very end. I read the next thing that I was going to bring up, and then I just was like thinking about that.
Like, oh shit, I gotta actually answer this.
Yeah, I was like, shit. I was just hoping you would do.
Wait, can I interrupt you for a second?
Go ahead.
You need to figure out how to throw on someone's stream on that TV and have it playing in the background of your stream.
I have a Google Chromecast, but I usually use my phone for chat. The only thing I could think of doing is like, because I use my screen, but sometimes my phone is quicker with getting the responses because it's in real time, as opposed to my screen on OBS. For some reason, it's like a 15-second delay for mobile or something. So like whatever mobile's saying, I see it way later. For some reason, I don't get it. It's
mobile delay is just bad on Twitch.
Yeah, mobile delay is always bad. But yeah, I really want to though. That TV's so old.
I've seen so many.
I only use it when I watch movies.
I've seen so many content creators do that, and it's just like, it's always nice because it's like they can look at you but they could also be looking at the back and watching someone else. And you could like just promote your boys, just like self-promote them. Or like if they're watching you, like, oh, shoot them on the screen back there. Just throw up a VOD of them or something. Like, it's just kind of dope. But
right. That's a good idea, though. Thank you. I mean, actually, I might actually do that. Because I was like, I might just throw up, like, I don't know, my logo back there. Or, like, I don't know, something. Or even just put a poster in
I'm
front
over
of
here
it one
talking
day,
shit,
just
but
to
there's
block
like, there's 2 monitors behind me with not shit on them. So, I mean, I'm just.
There was a glizzy on them the other day. That was funny as hell.
Morgan's a funny. Getting top from
Funny gal.
Getting top from a thought named Morgan. Fuck a lot.
Oh, you definitely sleeping on the couch now. You repeated it. Pretty much the whole LuvLockDwn name came from my apparent obsession with Kanye West. I was huge Kanye stan through as long as I can remember. Kanye is my idol, if nobody can obviously tell with the name like that after one of his most iconic songs of all time. The name came from a friend. One day, me and my boy were just sitting in his room, toast as hell, playing, I don't know, emulator games on his PC. And I was like, oh, I want to change my name on Twitter. Because I used to be known as Insomniac. I was known as Insomniac in the Call of Duty community as well. I've had several gamer tags. I was known as Quickie once because I was always flanking people and they never realized how. So I was always called Quickie because I'd be killing them quick. And I don't know, it's just so corny. And then I went to Insomniac because I never sleep. I really don't. I do struggle with insomnia. That name stuck because of the Mac Miller song. And then LuvLockDwn was because of the song. But if you notice, the love is spelled L-U-V. But that's because of Love is Rage from Lil Uzi. At the time, Lil Uzi was just like my thing. Like all I listened to was Kanye West, Lil Uzi. And the DWN was just because, I don't know, at the time, abbreviations and things look cool. But like at the end of the day, if you look at my name, Love and DWN down are 3 letters each. And then you got lock in the middle. So it's 343. So I don't know. My favorite number is 3. And I don't know. I went really deep with it. So like he came up with the name and then I just kind of worked around it and made it my own thing.
We're cracking the code. We're cracking the code today, fellas.
Yep, that's it. That's LuvLockDwn.
I knew it was because of the Kanye song, which I think is really dope too. But I always wondered why I didn't know if you just couldn't get the O, like DOWN.
Oh, no.
I feel like you could have, but
I could have. It was available, but I didn't like the way it looked. And my friend was like, "Oh, it just looks cooler that way," and it kind of does. You know, like it looks uniform if you really look at my name. But like I always do it in caps because of MF Doom. All caps when you say the man's name.
I feel like the U and V together in the font that we have on our screen. It kind of looks like a W though too, and then you actually have a W on the other side. I don't know. I'm looking too in depth with it. I think it looks cool.
See?
Plus you're used to it. Yeah. I mean,
and people sing it every time I come in their chat, even if I don't know them. They'll be like, "So keep your love locked down, your love locked down." Who doesn't know that song? You know, it's really cool. I actually am so blessed that my friend came up with that name. If I ever make it and I make thousands of dollars, I'm just gonna drop like 10K on his doorstep and be like, "Here you go, buddy."
Right, because it's you.
Right. I don't know.
So how you feel about Donda then?
I didn't really. All right, man. Look, everybody on the hoopla about it, like, oh, it's so good. Yeah,
well,
it has some bangers.
You can't just sit there and be like, I'm a huge Kanye fan and not expect me to ask you about Donda.
I know, but like people hype it up so much, and I mean that's Kanye, right? That's the whole point of him doing listening parties and all that stuff. But in my personal opinion, like I might have, you know, all these damn tattoos of the dude and everything too, but it's not an album for a rap head. I'm a huge rap head. I love rap music. Rap music's the core of what makes me who I am sometimes, you know? It's like I need to listen to certain songs just to feel some type of way. And I like metal. That's the only type of rock I listen to. So it's like, that's my 2 personalities, right? I'm like this edgelord that can't sit still. And then I'm this groovy dude that likes to hear witty puns. You know what I'm saying? Like there's 2 sides.
Right.
So I don't know, man. I don't think that Kanye did a bad job with the album. I do feel like he was feature heavy because he knew that's what he needed to kind of like put out a really banger album. A lot of these songs had been released already. I've heard the original Gandhi, or what is it called? Yandi, what it was going to be called.
No
and then it was
shot.
going to be
Oh,
called
no.
some other thing, Waves or something like that. And then it was going to be called something like some game console that was out in the fucking 80s. I can't remember the name. But it just didn't make any sense, right? But like the album sounded better, in my opinion, when it was leaked. It was like 80 Degrees was the name of Hurricane.
Okay.
And it was with The Weeknd still. It was the same song and it had like a different beat and it was way more groovy. Like you could be like, oh, dang, you know? And in this one, I still feel like it does the job. But like at the same time, it's like, it's not that song. You know, he redid the whole album at least 3 times. And you can tell that this was orchestrated well. Like it sounds good if you listen to it, right? Like it does phonically sound nice. Like you can sit there and be like, oh, okay, I'm riding with this. But at the end of the day, the people that want Kanye West for what Kanye West does best is rap and put songs and words together that should never be rhymed. Give the people what they want, man. I feel like he did not come back for his fans this time. Like he had some songs on there where he was kind of spitting, but like it's not the old Kanye, straight from the soul Kanye. We're on the gold Kanye, on the news Kanye. Like there's no more old Kanye, man. I feel like I gotta get over it, you know. I feel like that's my piece on that. Like Donda was cool. I give it like an 8 out of 10. I'm not gonna cap on y'all, man. It's not that great, but it's not that bad. I was gonna
give it a 6. Like I liked Moon. I liked the song with Jay-Z. His second song off there.
Jay-Z's on Drake's album.
Yeah, like there's like a few bangers on there. Like the song he did with Jay-Z was cool. What's that song?
Can't believe Jay-Z on both albums.
What was it called? Going to Jail or Into Jail or whatever that song is. That song's good too.
I'll go to jail tonight.
Like it's cool. Right. It's cool to a point. Like I mean, I don't know. Like I give it a 6, but I mean, what do I know?
Yeah. And I don't blame you. It's a good album though. Let me see. Arizona tier list or not? Because like I already did one.
Okay, so what makes an album? What makes an album? This is by Gordon. He asked, "What makes an album a 10 out of 10?" Then what's it got to be
on that topic? Okay, that's a good one because like the way I listen to albums is pretty weird. People always criticize me for it because like I feel like I'm an Anthony Fantano sometimes, giving him like strong 8s, medium 9s, and shit like that. You know, it's like. For example, I listen to albums usually 3 times through. The first time I listen for like, okay, do I fuck with the vibe? You know, like what kind of vibe does it give me? Like the first time listen through can make or break an album sometimes, you know?
Yep.
Second time I listen through, it's like what songs did I like most? What songs did I like least? And then third time is kind of like, okay, now let me start learning the songs, right? Like let me learn the songs I fuck with. And I feel like to make an album 10 out of 10, it has to be able to be replayable. It has to have at least no skips. And it has to be timeless. Like there's albums to this day that are timeless. Like you could listen to Graduation Today by Kanye West. You ain't skipping that. You ain't skipping a single song. Not one. You listen to 808s and Heartbreak. Depending on your mood, you may not skip a song.
I don't think I can skip a song at 808s and Heartbreak. That's just me.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I'm not skipping a song.
Zero.
Definitely. That's one of my favorite albums by him, and I stand by that to this day, bro. Oh my god.
Ever. Just saying, that's what I think.
For me, I think nostalgia has to play like a big part in that to me. I like a lot of my older albums that I listened to a lot when I was younger. But like you said, it has to have like 0 skips. I was a big Wiz Khalifa fan, still is. Not to an extreme, but like Cabin Fever came out and I would listen to Cabin Fever every day.
Oh, such a hard mixtape.
Bro. It had that balance of like it was like super hard, all the raps, and then you got into like standing in the middle of you, and then it's like and then like it was just like a nice little like switch up in pace.
It's good to see these artists experiment.
Yeah,
like, you can see their range. I feel like people that are very one-dimensional, and now I'm gonna get so much hate for saying this. People like Logic, people like Eminem.
I don't like
very
Logic, bro.
one-dimensional. You guys can fight me on Twitter. I will keyboard warrior your ass into the corner.
Bro, I'm cool on Logic,
Eminem
bro.
and Logic cannot rap like that, bro. Like they
Eminem,
sound, they have their moments.
Eminem
they
can
have their
rap.
moments.
Eminem can rap, bro.
Well, they can rap. They can rap. This is not my point though. They can rap, but can I listen to an album repetitively? No, never.
The last Eminem album I could listen to front to back was probably the Eminem Show. Maybe
I like the Marshall Mathers EP.
Marshall Mathers, that one's good. But Recovery was probably the last
Recovery
one.
Was I.
That's the last one you could do that with. But other than that, nah, it becomes like the same shit over and over again too for me. But like Eminem spits hot bars. The thing I was gonna say is I wish artists would go back to mixtapes, just because like mixtapes, bro, like those like one little freestyles that they would have, or they would do something to a different beat, and it was just always so nice, bro. Like I loved hearing, like, I can't even think of a good example, like Lupe Fiasco doing a fucking
Detroit by Big Sean.
Yeah, like doing
a banger.
Doing a bunch of experimenting, like you said, like when Lupe Fiasco
Bases
did
by Mac Miller.
What was the song? I forgot what song it was, but he did a I think he did a remix to an Ellie Goulding song or something like that. And I was like, I thought it was the hardest thing ever, because I was like, that's dope. I was like, he's mixing pop with rap, and I was like, that's just like, it goes good, and I just like the flow, and I like the beat and everything else. Like, and it's just like, it let rappers experiment on other like Sorry for the Wait. It's a big example for that. Like, I like Sorry for the Wait. I think that could be a 10 out of 10, bro. Like, Lil Wayne just goes hard on every single beat. I don't know if you could count it though, because it's not technically his songs, but like it is his. You know what I mean, bro? Like he was just rapping off other people's songs, but like being able to not skip, knowing the track list in your head, it means something, bro. Like one of my which I feel like Rolling Papers could be a close like 10 out of 10 for me, just because like I remember getting off of school, walking to Target and grabbing the CD that day, and I listened to it every day, put it on my flip phone, listen to that bitch, bro. Like, and like
that On My Level just hit different. Oh man.
I liked the race, bro. I'm in the race, taking the winner's place.
I love that song,
Holy
bro.
shit!
It just brought back so many memories.
I'm listening to that bitch when I go to bed.
Podcast, bro.
Oh my god! Like,
that beat, that it's just so hard, bro. It's so funky, and then he's like in the beginning. It's like one of the few times you'll actually be like, damn. And he's like, it's Wiz Khalifa, man. It's just
he
boom,
didn't
beat drop.
He didn't even like that album, bro. He said he felt like he just like he wasn't himself on that album, which I could respect.
Well, it was just one of his first label albums, because the other one was the one before that with
it was Deal or No Deal.
What was it called? Yeah, Deal or No Deal. Thank you, man. Like kind of mid. It sounded so mainstream, bro.
Deal or No Deal was a lot of his mixtape hits, though. So, like, Deal or No Deal had a few songs that was for the album, but then it had a lot of stuff from Prince of the City 2, Flight School. Like, they were all thrown on there. Like,
yeah, Flight School was cool.
Don't even get me started on the Cushion. Oh, my God. We can just talk about Wiz. Cushion. Oh, my God. That Pedal to the Metal song, Never Been. In the cut, oh shit!
It's so hard, dude.
Oh my god! Let me know if y'all want a podcast where we just talk about music the whole time. I promise you, we'll just listen to me. I'll rate whatever album you guys want me to. I'll have Sab on. We could just, bro.
Dude, I love talking about music. You can get me on that any day. What about this? Since we're on the topic of like nostalgia and throwbacks, do you remember how we met? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I just remember being in an anime chat, and one day you just started talking, and I was like, man, this guy funny. I was like, this guy got jokes. And then you would always be rebuttaling with Calvo, and it was so funny, bro. And then y'all had that like sneak diss tweets and stuff. It was so funny, man. I was just like, I fuck with dude.
So yeah, like we met through probably Calvo. I was just getting into anime for the first part of my life, becoming a little weeb. Because my friend got me into Sword Art Online, And basically, I just started getting into anime, and I wanted to find other anime mutuals, which led me to searching a lot of Crunchyroll, searching people online. The first person I actually met was Cheyenne, because I looked up Falcons and anime, and he was the first person to pop up, obviously. And I was like, "Yo, this dude likes Falcon." I thought he was like a celebrity at some point, bro. Like,
Me too.
I thought he was the coolest dude ever. Like, I'm not saying he's not cool. Like, Cheyenne's obviously cool, but like, I thought this dude was like, he was like famous and some shit. And I was like, bro, this is the coolest account ever. And like, I ended up being friends with him and stuff.
He is funny, dude. He is funny.
So then, which that didn't really lead to how the fuck we met you, but like, Vino actually commented on a Crunchyroll account, and we both said this. Remember Kijo?
Yes.
The booty bumping anime, bro, where they were like fighting with their butts and stuff like that. So he commented that for like being a top anime, and I was like, Kijo's lit, and I followed him, and then like we just been friends ever since.
That's such a shit poster, man.
Bro, I witnessed Vino and Cap literally terrorizing dude from Crunchyroll, bro, Miles. Like literally giving this dude a hard time for no reason. Oh my god. And it's just like, that's how I met them, when we just all got in the chat. And I just remember like that was one of my times where like I felt like I tried really hard to like be friends with everybody. When that just like took time. Like I just remember trying to be like really, really close to everybody and just like comment on everybody's stuff, like everybody's stuff, and like be like super clingy and weird. But yeah, I mean, like,
I'd wake up and check that chat every day. Like, I'm still in it. I'm still in it to this
what's
day.
What's it called, bro? Is it called GT Canon still, or what's it called?
No. It's GC of the Elite now. It used to be called GT was Canon, and then it got called Lacey's something. I forget what.
That has to be labeled off Classroom of the Elite, right? I'm guessing.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I remember who else was in there. Lacey.
Cheyenne had that name forever. Lacey's in there. Brandon.
Boston.
Pantsu, Boston.
Mitch. Well, like,
Bomber.
Bro.
Bomber. Mitch.
I don't even know, bro. They probably gonna come at our next, but just like, I remember, bro, there would just be random times. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like, Mitch will be blocked. They'd be like, he's talking shit about the Bengals. And I'm like, Mitch is gone. Like, Cheyenne's gone. Like, invite him back. Like, I'm like, yo, what is like, this is my first
Soldier Boy in that chat.
Bro, I'm like real life, like trying to figure out like me being like just like new to Twitter and stuff. I'm like thinking this shit's like serious, and like the end I'm like, wait, Mitch is gone? Mitch will be I just spit everywhere. Mitch will be back in a week. Oh my god, bro. But like,
that group was an endless revolving door. Everyone would always come back.
And then like I would remember then I forgot whose Discord it was, man, but they all had a Discord, and I remember just like,
I'm in it still,
getting over my fear and just like joining voice calls and then being like, hey, who is that? And I'm just like, it's me. And then I ended up actually talking to Cheyenne.
I used to play Fortnite with them.
Oh, dude. So like off topic, bro. Like I remember Cheyenne was playing, bro, and like they had they would just post like funny clips. Like they would post like bangers, like getting kills and stuff like that. But there was this funny clip, and he was like, they were all wearing the referee skins or something like that. And then like, I think Cheyenne was like, I'm trying to get on top of you. And then like he emoted like throwing a flag or something like that. And I remember seeing that clip on Twitter and just cracking. He was like, what did I say? What did I like? Bro, they were just clowns, bro. Like,
dude, best group of people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Like, GC, man. Like, I was so new to Twitter, bro. Cheyenne like put me in that chat and was like, bro, you're gonna make friends here. I was like, you're probably right. And then, you know, I still talk to these dudes every other day. They come in the chats now too, you know. Right. I got Josh who comes in, Don Quixote Zerskis. That man, me and him got really close. That man raps now and shit. So it's like, you know, those kind of things, they just, you know these people for so long. It's just kind of crazy how they evolve, you know. Kind of crazy. Yeah, man, it's been what now, like 4 years of like being in that. Like, pretty sure I've known you since, at least of you, since like 2016, 2015.
Right, and I basically just saw a tweet or something. I don't know if you put it in the group chat or whatever, and I just clicked on it, and I was just like, oh, well, I stream, he streams. I was like, let me get to know him, and he's playing.
Yeah, they used to bash on me for that,
bro. He was
roast me.
Boy was playing the first time I saw him. I remember the day, bro. It was you were playing. It was the Christmas event. It was the train, whatever that was called, like the Holiday Express. Winter Express, yeah. And I remember you were like on demon time, bro. You were always on like the highest of mountains and shit, like just pouncing down on people. I'm like, what is this dude doing? But you were good.
I was different in season 3. I was different. I'm washed now. Like if anybody ever watched me in season 3, oh, you were lucky. I had like a 3 KD then, bro. I was killing everything in sight. Yeah, I was.
Even though I felt like everything was like super laggy, which whatever. I mean, it got fixed now, but like I remember watching and just seeing just like you bounce on everybody, and like even if it was super laggy, I'm like, dude was always coming up on top, and I was like,
yeah,
this dude's different. And
I would stream off my 32 gigabyte internet.
And yeah, ever since then we just kind of like kept in touch, and he would always stop by, and I would always stop by, and this is the closest we've really been. Even though we were supporting people back in the day, this is the closest we've really been. But we've known each other for so long. That's the thing, bro. It's how we talked about earlier, like you just make friends and you just get comfortable. Like, dude, we're here now because of talking about booty bumping animes and getting put into anime group chats where motherfuckers were just banning each other and blocking each other.
Dude. Now look at us.
Oh, look at us now, bro. We on the Tana's Eye View pod.
Not me.
Not me. Look, man. Bro, I swear somebody from that group's gonna listen to this and be like, bro, we're talking about us.
I hope they do.
I really do.
I'm gonna send it in the group chat when it goes live, man.
I was like,
hey, we name dropped y'all. You'll know who if you listen.
We totally snitched on the group chat, but y'all gonna have to find it and figure out where we did it. They gonna listen to the whole 2 hours. They're gonna be like, oh my god, it's right here.
That's at 2:04.
Oh shit. I got our last question right here, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But this goes with Hunter's and Raph's question. Basically, they asked.
I guess GVO also asked.
What did he ask? Is it on here?
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, he had a whole bunch that we talked about, but he also asked about the top 5 games, right?
Yeah, I think he said that too. God, I want to say one of his questions too. It's not on here. He said, well, we talked about hate raids, Truly or Claw. Honestly, Claws fell off. Trulies are hot. White Claws are not. I mean, even though it's Claw Island, I mean, like, I just feel like I just like Trulies more. I'm honestly just the seltzer king. But
this guy,
it's just, I'd rather be, I don't know. Just there you go. There's your answer. But the top 5 video games ever. I'll start off by saying ever. My top 5 video games ever. So like in non-order, I'm gonna throw Madden in there just because obviously I made a career off of it. I've been playing playing. Oh my god, that sounded so bad.
Playing with what? Pause?
Playing with pause. I used to me and my dad used to play each other in that game. I had the first Madden I ever had was 2003 of Madden, and I've been playing ever since. My dad would always get a copy, and I remember he'd be like, "Oh, if you beat me in Madden, you could use the Falcon controller." Never beat him.
Oh,
I bet I'd whoop his ass now. Sorry, Dad, if you're listening. Probably not, but that's okay. And then I say 3 and 4, or not. Well, like second and third game, I guess. I'm not putting them in order. Sonic Battle Adventure 2 or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I always forget how it's labeled, but I played that game for hours and still can play that game for hours. And I replayed it and doing Chow World and all that stuff. And then Sonic DX. Like, I just like Sonic games in general. Like, I felt like Sonic DX had that kind of like that, I wouldn't say open world, but like you were able to roam around and stuff like that, and you were still able to do missions, and then being able to play all the characters was fun. Story wasn't absolutely terrible. Graphics sucked, right. But I mean, that's how graphics looked in 2000. But I was always playing those type of Sonic games where it was like 3D-ish and like that type of stuff. I'd say any type of Pokemon game. If I had to pick one of my favorites would be Ruby, and that goes for the remake as well. I just think third generation Pokemon games were like really good. When it comes to like the starters and the whole story and like all the mons and stuff like that, Team Magma, Team Aqua. It hit for me a little different because then once I played the remakes too, it got me into competitive Pokemon for like the card games and stuff like that. So re-spirited myself with that. And I guess I would say like another game for like best game all time. I don't know, man. That's
Among
tough.
Us?
Yeah, Among Us. Yep, Among Us. Best game.
Nick loves Among Us.
I hate that game so much. I would say COD World at War maybe. Just to throw it in there. Just because like I felt like that was when I started off with COD. I always like the World War type style games of COD. And I just like experiencing like game battles and shit and competitive gaming. That's where it all started off. So like I have to throw that in there. It's just a rough draft list though. I'm just saying the first things that really came to my mind and gave me like really good experiences. Like if I had to sit down and give them my top 5 games like ever based on like how they played in story, it'd probably be different. But this is just for like my nostalgic reasons. So
yeah.
What about you, man?
Honestly, Halo 3, because it's Halo 3, best Halo in my opinion.
That's a good one, actually.
Gears of War, the whole series.
That's a very good one too.
I never played it. I love Gears of War. Gears of War is what got me into watching YouTube. I used to play with a YouTuber named IB Wonka, and he was, I think, at like, I don't know, 10,000 subs at the time. Back in, I don't know, whenever Gears 3 came out. But all the Gears of War are so fun. I love them all. Apex. I mean, Apex is what my bread and butter. I feel like that's the game that kind of made me want to do it, you know, to be a content creator. Say Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. That was my first taste of competitive as well. I started really going hard with game battles and ghosts, and then AW, I went to events and started doing UMG stuff. So like that was different. What am I at, like 4 games? Honestly, it's kind of like hit or miss, but like I used to play a lot of Leaf Green when I was a kid. Like Pokemon Leaf Green was my favorite Pokemon. I beat that thing like 7 times. Nuzlocke and all, like I would go crazy in that game. Another one was Mega Man, the Mega Man games. Oh man, I spent countless hours on that, bro. Countless.
Mega Man.
Yeah, I forget which one, but it was like the white cartridge you would get from the Game Boys. I don't even know, man. It was such a good one. I love that game, and then I started getting like the red guy, the black cover. I never knew the names. I just knew them by their color. But I was just so obsessed with them. I remember I used to go with my mom to work. She still works there. It's crazy. And I'd be like, I don't know, like 11 or something. Be playing that shit on my Game Boy. And then like honorable mention, to be honest, would be like Need for Speed Underground. That's another game I spent thousands of hours on, I feel like.
Those games are always just fun to like cruise around in. So
right. So yeah, I think that's where I wrap it with myself, because like honestly, top 3 for me are Halo, Apex, and Gears of War. But I was an Xbox kid before anything else, so I know some people be like, fuck Xbox, but I mean, I had both, luckily, at the time.
I'm not into console wars, so that shit don't really matter to me. I had an Xbox, I had a PlayStation, I'm back on Xbox. Yep. I mean, I just give Raph shit because he likes PlayStation, so I just call all PlayStation games mid. But I mean, to be honest, Xbox or PlayStation don't have any games.
God of
so
War ain't mid.
Bit of war. Bit of war.
Oh. Says the guy that likes Black Clover.
Okay, we're wrapping it up. Wrapping it up. Oh, brother, I've been slandered too many times on this pod. Oh my god. But in all seriousness, guys, we're going to wrap that up. That's episode 8 of the Tana's Eye View podcast featuring LuvLockDwn. I want to thank everybody for listening. I'm going to let Sav say anything he has to say. Close out, whatever. Promote whatever you want to promote, man. Tell the people where to find you. Yeah, man, go off. The floor is yours.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who... I know that my real supporters are going to listen to this, so, you know, thank you to all the real ones. Shout out my girlfriend Meep Sloth, aka Vanessa. I love you to death. Anybody that wants to catch me live doing my thing, again, I'm live Tuesday through Saturdays. I do Sunday streams. I do Monday streams on occasion, but it's on Twitch, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes you'll catch me in the daytime. I'm on every social media. Once again, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok as LuvLockDwn. And other than that, yeah, thank you guys for listening as well. You know, pleasure, Nick. You know, I love you, brother. And I want to see this thing pop off. You the next Joe Rogan, my guy.
Dude,
Come on, man.
it was a blessing to have you on for sure, man. Like, we're gonna have to chop it up again. Yeah, man, I appreciate you kicking it with us. And yeah, for everybody listening, big shout out to you guys for making it to this far. I'm just gonna go ahead and plug my stuff real quick. If you guys want to go check out any of my socials, I stream on Twitch. It's mostly on the weekends, some days during the week. I really don't got a set schedule for that yet. I've kind of been bouncing around, but twitch.tv/YouLoveNicktana. All my socials are YouLoveNicktana. Go ahead and check me out on Twitter so you could be involved in the next pod. And then make sure you rate this 5 stars on Apple Podcasts so we can move up the algorithm, get more people involved, and then really grow as a podcast. If you're on Spotify, share with a friend, and just I'm guessing that's it. So we're going to sign off from here. That's been episode 8. Make sure you guys tell someone you love them. And again, we're out. Later. Thank you.
Bye-bye.